Small.
Orion Small.
I think it's
believe is how
Orion. The
the
I was
pronunciation.
first, so that kind of threw me off. But I wanted to give that young man a little credit because he actually made the North-South team as well as a wide receiver for Darlington. So I'm also, when I said I was excited to see what Jalen was going to do, I want to see who he's got to be passing this guy for him to make the North-South team. I just haven't gotten a lot of scoop on everything. I know we've researched, but it's been a little difficult to find. We got a lot of footage on this.
100%. Looking at the Falcons offense in general, this team goes through, like you said, their quarterback, Jalen Augustus. He was the Offensive Region Player of the Year last year. He leads his team once again in passing and rushing on the season. And this is his third year under the same system under Coach Jimmy Johnson. You got to think they have that mind meld at this point that he could pretty much be calling the plays himself. A huge aspect to this game that they really let them get away from the game last year was the turnovers. South Florence so far this year has struggled to force a lot of turnovers. They played great defense but haven't forced many turnovers in those games. For Darlington in this game, they have to have that trend to continue. They cannot be turning the football over against South Florence. We already know how great South Florence is in the special teams department and in field position. You cannot have the turnovers like they did last year compound that.
Yeah, and the one thing bad for Darlington is South Florence doesn't turn the ball over much either, so they're not going to get a lot of opportunities either on defense necessarily unless they can tonight. But nobody else has been able to just get a lot of fumbles, interceptions, anything like that off of South Florence. So for me, Darlington is going to have to try to find a way to force these fumbles, to force something to have a chance in this game. They've got to have some type of play to get their momentum on their side. Because I'm telling you, we've seen South Florence. This is going to be a tough game for Darlington.
Absolutely. Both of these teams are very run-heavy. South Florence has opened it up the past couple of weeks. Whenever they've gotten up a few scores, they've been able to kind of open up the offense a little bit more. So we've seen more of likes of Jayon Perkins and Samaj Parker in the passing game. We'll talk a little bit more about them later. I'm sure they'll be making plays all over the field. But for Darlington, there really won't be many possessions in this game. The clock will be running a lot. You have to make use of those types of opportunities.
And no doubt. And one thing I wanted to do, and I will address that also, James, about how they do need to take those opportunities when they get them. Because we've seen teams I've seen before where a run-heavy team, it limits the possessions of the other team. I don't know when we're going to do it, but we also need to announce those other North-South players. Since we brought up one, we would
Absolutely.
need to eventually
Go ahead,
do that.
man, if you got the list.
Right now, the one that stands out, he's not North-South, but Messiah Jackson has been selected to the Shrine Bowl.
Absolutely. He also got a Minnesota State offer today, so a lot of really great news for Messiah Jackson going on to his future in college football.
Thank you very much, because I actually looked up Messiah Jackson, 247, and everything else, and didn't see any offers last night. It must have been, like you said, did it happen today?
Yeah, now I think he's got another one from Davidson, another one from Newberry. He's got a couple of small schools. No big school has really hopped on Messiah Jackson yet, but he is definitely starting to trend in that positive direction for sure.
But the other North-South people, two offensive linemen from South Florence are on the North-South team. You got Ethan Cash, offensive lineman senior, and Josiah Mason, offensive lineman senior. Both made the North-South. That tells you how good their offensive line is to start with. And then also, to me, we've watched enough games. I believe this guy, he's not the best linebacker we've seen all year because we saw Patterson at West Florence. But Terry Gordon made the North-South team, and he is, to me, he's the best linebacker in this region.
100%, Chuck. We will step aside for the colors to be shown in the national anthem, and we'll be back for the high school football game of the week after this.
It's football season, which means it's time to head to Rivals, a store divided, your go-to place for all things Clemson or Carolina. Get all your fall fashions at Rivals. It's wall-to-wall with the latest Clemson or Carolina gear, including dresses, shirts, shorts, shoes, and hats. And while you're there, gear up for your tailgating parties too, including tents, tables, chairs, coolers, and grillers. Plus, check out their fan cave section. It's full of metal and wooden signs at Rivals, a store divided.
For decades, Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home in Florence has been there for our community to help them heal after a loss with dignified and memorable funeral services. When you choose Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home, you're choosing a legacy of trust when it comes to caring for both those who have gone and the family and friends they left behind. Everyone grieves differently, but Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home is committed to helping you through it. They're always available to you by phone, email, Facebook, and their website at StoudenmeyerDowling.com.
If that crack in your windshield is driving you crazy, but you don't have time to get it fixed, call Galloway Autoglass, a mobile service company that comes to you. Owner and operator Will Floyd has over 20 years experience in auto auto glass repair and replacement. But the real boss is Judge, the Labrador Retriever who rides along and ensures customer satisfaction. Galloway Auto Glass always treats your vehicle like their own and will even help you file your insurance claim. Call Galloway Auto Glass at 843-332-7575 or 664-9918, serving Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and surrounding areas.
More live action. It's the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the high school football game of the week. Week 6 action here in Region 5 4A here in the great state of South Carolina, as we have the South Florence Bruins, the reigning defending state champs, coming into the Falcons' Nest here in Darlington High School for a Region 5 matchup. Chuck, both teams about to enter the field here. We have a nice crowd here, a beautiful first week of October night. It is just dipping below 70 degrees as the sun sets here in Darlington. It is looking like a beautiful night for some football.
I think that's what they call football weather.
Yes, sir.
The colder it gets, the better it's supposed to be for football. And, James, we get to call another exciting game, and I'm more than excited to be at South Florence once again to see – I'm sorry, not at South Florence, but to see another South Florence-Darlington game. Plus, it's just Friday night. Friday nights is made for high school football.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Captains are taking the field. Orion Small, Jamal Lyde, Jalen Augustin, Prevace Brown for the Darlington Falcons, Messiah Jackson, Terry Gordon, Gary Jenwright, and Amari Reeves for the Bruins. As the Bruins in their all black with the purple trimming and gun steel lettering in the steel color helmets. The Bruins in their all white away uniforms with the blue trimming and the Bruin and the number on the side of the helmets.
Both of these uniforms look really cool, to be honest with you. They didn't get to switch up a lot when I went to high school, so most of the time the uniforms that we saw, they'd be using the same ones. They might have a white one, then a blue one. These teams seem to have a little bit more pizzazz on their uniforms. It's really nice.
In this area, it is impressive to see how far all the football programs have come since I was in high school, which wasn't that long ago, I suppose. I graduated in 2017. But even from that point till now, it has been a huge upgrade for all of these programs in this region and in this area as far as high school football. The facilities, the uniforms, the equipment, it is all top-notch.
Yeah, it's really cool to see influence because, being here so long as I have, this is one of the funnest times you get to see, and I get to be part of it, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yes, sir. The Bruins have won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. The Falcons will get the football first, so we'll get to see the Offensive Region Player of the Year back in 2024, Jalen Augustus, first against Terry Gordon and this stout South Florence defense. The main takeaways from this game to me, Chuck, are these duels of the quarterbacks. For Jalen Augustus, he will have to be the Superman of this team. He's going to have to really be a difference maker in every aspect of this offense tonight, from getting his team ready and on the line at times to being able to organize all that, to be able to make plays on his own, on the ground, and in the run game. He has got to be everything for this team tonight.
Yeah, him and he's going to have to rely on Orion Small. To me, he's got to do both, James, because he's not going to be able to run past South Florence by himself. We've seen this team. It's very, very difficult to run on them to begin with. They've played this gentleman before. They do know a lot about him. They've got returning linebackers that played against him last year. I agree, you do have to have Superman, but Superman – in this case, because you can't do the Batman Robin, Superman needs his crypto. He needs some special help.
And on the other side, Messiah Jackson beginning to open up a little bit of this offense. We already talked about how he's getting a little more recognition from the college football side of the world. This is going into region play, a huge moment for him in his career as he wants to elevate his level of playmaking and elevate his just performance in general to be able to show out for those scouts and things like that.
Yeah, you never know who's out here right now, and the videotape, no matter what, everything is taped now. So the footage that you can get on any player that you're trying to recruit, you can get a lot of footage because you might not be able to find it like we can't always find it, but all these schools do have it, and they want to promote their kids. So any footage is out there, and anything negative is also out there too. So you want to promote yourself at all times, showing that you're making good decisions, making smart decisions, affecting the game, not just be a game manager all the time. And we've seen Messiah Jackson not be a game manager all the time. He can throw that ball, and he can hit dimes.
100%. He can put it on himself, put that cape on, and lead his team when they need him. Both teams coming out onto the field now, getting ready for kickoff. Coy Joyner, the stout kicker for the Bruins, getting ready to tee it up at the 40-yard line. And the Falcons have some dangerous weapons as well. We will check on who is back deep for them. Tough to tell. Those jersey numbers are going to be a little tough to read at points tonight. But we are here for a good one tonight. The Bruins versus the Falcons here in Week 6.
They're turned just to the left, both of them. It's hard for me to get the number as well, even with binoculars, James. I'm trying.
Coy Joyner boots it away, and it'll be to the left-hand side. He fumbles it, and it bounces forward. The Bruins are going to have a shot at it at the 20-yard line. A scrum for the football. It bounced off the defender's or the return man's chest, and immediately they have a turnover. The Bruins will have the football inside the 20.
Yeah, I saw that gentleman. I couldn't get his number or anything, but as soon as that ball popped up, the guy from Darlington was trying to chase the ball down because it popped off of his chest, his knee, and went like an extra 15 yards in front of him. By then, one of the South Florence players rolled on top of it, and then you saw the mass of bodies trying to get the ball, James.
That was Christian Charles, number 30. He's a great defensive back, but made a critical error there in the return game, and the Bruins will have an instant red zone possession here at the 18-yard line.
And this is not the way they needed to start, by the way, if you're Darlington, for sure, James.
Messiah Jackson will start in the gun. Cam James to his right. He'll fake it to Cam James, throwing right side into the end zone and incomplete. A flag flies at the end of the play. That was Jayon Perkins, I believe. No, that was Malik Robinson, the receiver.
Yeah, it's number 4, Malik Robinson. But I'm not sure about that pass interference call. I thought that looked like pretty good coverage from here, James. The DB did turn around. He did have his hands on him, but I've seen more than that before.
They call a holding on it, not pass interference. So it'll just be, let's see where they end up marking this. It should be a 10-yard penalty or close to it. Yes, they'll move it to the 8-yard line.
Now, I can't say it wasn't a hold. But it didn't look like pass interference, and the hold must have came before that.
Perkins and Robinson stay in at receiver. They have the tight end, Bruce Thompson, in it, the back position. Cam James staying in there at the tailback. Couldn't ask for a better start for the Bruins. It's 1st down and 2, technically. They marked it as a 8-yard penalty. It's half the distance. So 1st down and like 1.5 yards. Inside give to Cameron James, knifing up the middle of the field. Inside the 5, and he's tackled just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, that's a nice push from that offensive line that we've seen push all year long once again. And Cameron James is so small, it's hard to see him. So they're going to have a fun time tonight, Darlington, if you can't stop this.
Quickly back. Here goes Cam James again. Touchdown, South Florence.
Unfortunately, like I was saying, they're going to have a tough time with him, James. With him being, he's so fast and elusive, and he just scores.
A unbelievably rough start for the Falcons. Just what the doctor ordered for the Bruins, and now the Bruins will line up for 2 now. Jackson will keep it going right side on a direct carry, and he's into the end zone standing up. Messiah Jackson will make it 8-0.
Yeah, I don't know what to say except for if you can watch this, they are just doing exactly what they did the last time we watched them in so far in this first quarter. They're pushing the defensive line back. They're winning the trench battle. Nobody really touched Messiah Jackson until he got right to the goal line. And even then, he was a walk-in touchdown.
We discussed it before the game, the turnovers, how South Florence has struggled to force turnovers, and how Darlington just struggled so mightily last year to protect the football against the Bruins. You got to think it might be something up in the mentals right now for the Falcons.
Very well could be. Also, special teams for South Florence is going to be they're one of the best special teams that we've seen. So good luck with this again. He's going to kick it to the same spot again, James. Hopefully he doesn't do the same thing if you're Darlington.
You got to think they're going to be testing Christian Charles again if he's back there. This time they have 3 men back deep for the Falcons. This kick is a line drive kick back to that same corner. This man's going to return it at the goal line across the 15, going left side and diving forward to the 20. He'll be just shy there.
That's special teams and their kickers, the way they swarm in, and the guys always, every single time they'll come in, the receiver receiving team will come in and take a hard right, and South Florence usually stops them before the 20.
I believe that was number 1, Khalil Green, who got that return that time. He got it to the 19-yard line. This time we'll see Jalen Augustus leading this Falcons offense out already with his work cut out for him early. Split backfield to start the game. Augustus, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Claps his hands, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it deep down the middle of the field into double coverage and way overthrown, incomplete, but a flag flies late. That was intended for Orion Small down that right sideline.
And to me, that's what they're going to have to do, James. They're going to have to take chances. Those 2 gentlemen are probably the best 2 on this team for Darlington, and South Florence has a load of good, great players. I'm not saying Darlington doesn't have others, but I'm talking about standout players that could necessarily maybe play in college.
I believe Gresham Hall and then number 32, Reginald Kennard Jett were the men in coverage there. And that's a free first down for the Falcons.
And that is a good start for them on this particular drive, thank goodness.
All the way down to the 34-yard line now for Mr. Augustus. Sends both of his tight ends to the right side. Heavy set now to the right side. Whistle blows, and looks like we're going to have a little bit of motion on the offensive line there.
That's the first offensive penalty on Darlington. And that's something they can't do either, James. They can't shoot. You just can't shoot yourself in the foot against this team, and against any good team you can't.
2 steps forward and a step back. Now it's 1st and 15 for the Bruins. For the Falcons here now at the 29-yard line. Augustus claps his hands. He's going to keep it going right side into traffic, spinning off of a man, but he'll be wrapped up by Willie Kennedy. Gain of about 2 or 3 there.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we haven't seen too much of. I know it was only 2 yards, but getting a positive play on this defense has been hard to come by.
Tristan Hudson in the backfield with Augustus now. 2nd down and 13 now as everybody checks their wristbands for the Falcons. Out of gun 3 to the left for Augustus. He claps his hands. He's going to drop to throw. Quick swing to the outside, to the back. He's got it on the right side, just shy of the 40-yard line. He'll be pushed out of bounds there by Kennard Jett. That was Tristan Hudson.
That was a nice play design. I don't know if you saw it, but that was set up from the original play where there was a pass interference. They had that guy running out in the slot, not the slot, I'm sorry, out behind.
Out the flat there, yes, sir.
Thank you. I said the wrong words, but trying to get it look like a screen, and that was it that time.
Sets up a 3rd down and 6, manageable here for Augustus. Still in the gun. He claps his hands, and I think he got a man to move on that South Florence side. That was Miles Johnson.
Yeah, that seniors were going to regret that at that point. That just gave them more than likely a free. No, did it give them a free first down? Yes, free first down.
They are going to move the chains. Yes, sir.
That's one way to get on South Florence's defense is to get penalties against them and get first downs. We haven't seen that strategy yet, and I'm sure it won't take.
We've seen Messiah Jackson do the same. You have 2 experienced senior quarterbacks. They're going to use every trick that they have up their sleeve. And we talked about how similar these 2 playmakers are. 1st down and 10 now. Fresh set of downs here at the 44-yard line for Jalen Augustus. Sending the tight end motion to the right side, heavy to the right. He's going to follow all those blockers. Right side, Augustus makes a man miss, going down the 50-yard line as he's driven to the dirt there. That was Prue on the tackle.
So far, this has been a pretty impressive drive from Darlington. Quarterback seems to be able to manage what he's doing. He knew when to take off just then, gain an extra. It looks like 4 yards to 5 yards.
We're going to give him a gain of 6 there. It'll be 2nd and 4 now. A great run there by Augustus there on 1st down. 2 tight ends to the right, receivers to the left side. This time, high snap, but he's going to hand it off going right side. A good carry there and a 1st down after a gain of 7 there. We'll check on that man's number there. He got a hard hit out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a good block also by number 73, Grayson Walker. He's a sophomore. I just saw him hit a guy to make sure to get him an extra 2 yards.
That was Tristan Hudson tight roping the sideline there. He'll come out now after that pop. Number 17, Teron Ross, the junior back now, checks into the game to Augustus's left. Fresh set of downs. Falcons moving into Bruins territory at the 43-yard line. Give inside to the back, dead up the middle, and he drives a few Bruins for a gain of about 3 to the 41 there.
He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to use his body to get an extra 3 yards just then. This is what Darlington needs, is a drive like this. He's taking off the clock. It's also keeping South Florence from having possessions as well.
Just inside 10 minutes of this first quarter now, Deron Ross with, yes, a nice, very straight downhill carry there. You don't see many Bruins get pushed back like that on this defense. 2nd down and 7 now for Augustus. 2 tight ends, motion to the left side, out of the gun. Claps his hands, and it's going to be an option play to the right. He's going to pitch it to Ross down that right side, and a good pitch there as he's going to gain about 5 yards. He'll be just shy of that marker, but it'll be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some good play designs coming up here. They started from that first quarter. They just used that one on a pitch instead of throwing it to him. Same route.
Same concept, a little light in the flats there for the Bruins. Another 3rd down and manageable. The Falcons staying in rhythm here.
They're pulling them to the weak side is what they're doing also.
Augustus now with everybody to his left side. He will follow. Going left. Augustus going off tackle, making a man miss. He's right at the marker, then driven back. We'll see where he's going to be at. That was, I don't think he got there, Chuck.
He didn't get it. They stopped him short. I'm fairly sure Jamie Johnson's going to want to go for it here because you're limited to possessions that you're probably going to have. But they stopped him for sure. He's marked almost, a yard shy?
Yeah, so just over a yard right there. Yeah, right at a yard. Yep. It'll be 4th and 1.
That's a good tackle by population by the South Florence defense.
This Falcons offense will stay on the field. They bring in a few bigger bodies now. As I believe we have a Darlington timeout here.
Jamie Johnson wants to think about this one. This might be one of his few opportunities to be in the South Florence area all night, so he's got to take advantage of it while he's there.
This is a critical first drive. After a nightmarish start for the Falcons, everybody's kind of settled in here offensively, and they're moving the ball against this Bruin defense. But, yes, it is crucial right now for them to be able to capitalize here on this drive.
Yeah, if you don't get this 4th down, you're going for it. I'm not saying it's going to crush all of the spirit, but it's going to hurt some, especially after the first drive from South Florence. We got the ball inside the 20-yard line and went straight in.
I believe we're probably – I know the Falcons' kicking game is better than it was last year. They went for 2 quite a lot last year and got it at a nice clip of about 75%. But that was mostly out of necessity for not having a great place kicker. We're at the 34-yard line right there, so probably a little out of range at the moment.
Yeah, it's about a 42, 43-yard field goal. And we haven't seen the kicker yet, so I guess we'll find out. But I haven't seen anything on him stating otherwise that he's going to be a dominant kicker.
4th and 1, the offense will come back out. Augustus with Deron Ross in the backfield, as well as Khalil Green. They go under center, big I formation for Augustus here. Everybody stacked to the line. They'll meet him in the middle. Augustus pushing forward on a sneak.
I don't think he got it again. Are they going to give it to him?
We'll see where that line judge marks it at. He got some forward progress. Did he get enough?
It looks like they're going to give it to him. I know he was hit right before he should have got the first down, but maybe that little tiny push. He didn't get much more if he did.
Jalen Augustus, he's at least, they don't have his height listed on the roster. He's at least 6'2" in a long, lanky frame. I'm sure that gave him a little bit of an extra advantage there. We'll see. We're going to get our chain gang out here, my friend.
I'm about to say, they're about to do a measurement, James. We don't get to see a lot of those, so
no, sir.
Pretty cool.
Out comes the chains here to measure this out. That is close, man.
He's short. He's short by about a foot. I thought they hit him before. I just didn't know the extra momentum pushed him through. It's just hard to tell from this angle where we're at, but he looked short, and he was.
Like you said.
South Florence, big defensive stand, very much needed. Bad for Darlington. Not good at all for Darlington.
Bad turnover on downs there after a promising drive for sure.
Yeah, that's a momentum killer.
Messiah Jackson and this Bruins offense will now take the field at the 34-yard line after the turnover on downs. Will McLaughlin in the backfield this time on this drive. They'll give it to him. Up the middle goes McLaughlin, and he's bouncing off of defenders, driving people for a 9-yard gain before he's swarmed by Falcons. But there's the tough Will McLaughlin on his first carry.
Yeah, he's a totally different style running back than Cameron James. It's fun to watch what with Thunder Lightning, I guess is what we were calling him. He's the bigger back and a little bit slower, but he runs straight up, so it's not hard to see him anywhere.
They'll give him the first, I believe. Yes, they'll move the chains. Gabe McLaughlin, first down.
They got to change the thing. They still got second on it.
McLaughlin again right up the middle of the field, knifing his way, running over another Falcon and falling forward. That would be close to another 10-yard gain for Gabe McLaughlin there. Physical running early.
Yeah, he's pushing through there really, really strong. He's just running straight up, too, James, just running people over. Darlington better stop that quick. That's 2 plays, 20 yards.
Another fresh set of downs as they cross into Falcons territory now at the 46-yard line. Jackson, them going fast. Now he'll fake the snap and now look to the sideline, slowing the tempo down here with 7 minutes to go here in this first quarter of action.
I think now would be a good time to go to Perkins, but we'll see.
This time they'll give it again to McLaughlin, knifing up the middle of the field. Another great run there by Gabe McLaughlin. A nice read by Messiah Jackson as well there. He'll be maybe just shy of that first down.
It almost looks like the same 3 plays back to back to back, and this time he did not get the first down. So, oh, wait. No, he did not get the first down.
Chain gang a little excited.
They thought he got it. That's what threw me off. I saw him walking. The chain gang was running up there to the other side, and I was like, hold on, it's second down. Look where he marked it.
Empty set now for Messiah Jackson as Jayon Perkins now coming in motion, lining up in the backfield. The receiver now lined up with his quarterback. Give to Perkins, back to James. It's a sweet, it's a reverse, but he fumbles the football on the ground, and he picks it back up. A huge loss there of about 9 yards. Cameron James couldn't handle the reverse.
Yeah, that did not turn out exactly how they wanted it. And that is whether it was caused by Darlington or not, that is a fumble, and it's a fumble that helped Darlington, and that's the kind of stuff they're going to need to have a chance. They're still in a manageable position to get a first down, but they're looking at first and 13.
It'll be third and
13. I'm sorry, to get a first down. And they'll, at this position, more than likely Drew Marlowe goes for 2 plays if he gets any kind of decent yardage right here.
Just Jayon Perkins probably not used to transitioning and passing it off to the running back a lot like Messiah Jackson would be, so probably just a bad handoff there. They were turned the other way from us. 3rd and long now. Jackson in the gun. He'll take the snap. Rocks back to throw. Deep over the middle of the field. He's got a man out there. It's caught. Inside the 20. That's Samaj Parker.
And he's been stepping up between last game and this game very much, and they need another receiver like that to go along with Perkins. So, good play, guys.
Samaj Parker emerged last week with a touchdown and the week prior as well, and he just ran by the defense there for vertical style. 1st and 10 now at the 13-yard line. Jackson empty set, quick screen. This time Parker's going to have it again. Down that right sideline, but the Falcon defense was ready.
Yeah, that was good coverage by them this particular time, Darlington. They stopped him. He still got a gain of about 4 or 5, but still, from what we've been seeing, they need to stop this right now. It's going to get bad, I feel like, James. I'm sorry. We've seen this, and I'm just scared about it. I mean, not scared, but if you're Darlington, you want to have your fans involved.
When the Bruins get rolling, it's tough to stop. This time, fake it to McLaughlin. This time, Messiah Jackson's on the keeper. Walk in, touchdown, Bruins.
Yeah, everybody was tricked on that side who had the ball, including me just now, to be honest with you. I didn't know Messiah. He came out of the backside to the left. Nobody touched him, James. Free. There was not a man 4 yards of him.
And the Shrine Bowl All-Star, Messiah Jackson, with his 2nd touchdown of the game here in this first quarter with 4:44 to go. Coy Joyner kick is up. It is good. It is 15-0 Bruins here early.
Yeah, and Coy Joyner is a superstar on this team to me. He's very, very, very durable, reliable. He hasn't missed too many PATs. He hasn't missed very many field goals. He's just been a solid kicker in high school so far for us to watch.
And just like that, the Bruins, we've seen it time and time again. They get that early momentum. And now 15-0, 4:44 to go here in the first quarter of play. And Jalen Augustus, Jamie Johnson, and this Falcons offense Need to get something going here. 2 mistakes by this Falcons team and quickly down 15.
Yeah, this Darlington team really needs to get this fan base involved. I know that sounds funny, I've said it, but fans just electrify kids no matter what age, whether they're in college, whether they're in the pros also. They get electrified and they get energy from the fans. But if you can't get the fans involved, James, it's going to be a long night at any school.
They'll have to get him involved here. Coy Joyner, kick is away. Again, they'll test that left side, but this one will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and they'll start at the 20-yard line.
And that gentleman better be careful trying that play. We've seen that before where this South Florence kicker has kicked it and it hits at the 1-yard line and it bounced straight up. This guy was running away from the ball this time, and we've seen it happen. That's why I'm just saying that. I know he doesn't know, maybe not know that, but we've seen it happen. You better watch that ball all the way till it goes through the end zone.
We've seen Augustus be the center point of the offense so far, passing the ball around to his backs in Ross and Hudson. He'll have to probably stretch the field a little more here. This time a reverse inside handoff here, a nice little shifty run there. That'll pick up good yardage on first down. That was number 14, I believe. That's Z Shanahan.
I mean, they're balancing their run and their passing game tonight. I thought they were going to be more run heavy, but they may have already had a game plan coming in here because their offense hasn't looked horrible.
Excuse me, that was Cambron James, number 7 with the carry there. But, yes, that was another nice handoff there, staying on track, and that's what you have to do against this South Florence team. You cannot get behind the chains against them. They are suffocating.
Yeah.
Second down and 3, Augustus in the gun. Tight end moving to the left side. They'll hand it off that side. This is Hudson trying to find some running room there, brought down. Looks like Brendan Williams, the big man in the middle, was one of the guys there to bring him down, and Hudson slow to get up now.
And that's his second time being a little bit injured, James. Last time it looked like his leg. It could be again. Let's pray for that young man that he'll be all right. But the South Florence defense is just coming here swarming.
Yes, that young man does definitely seem to be in a good amount of pain. It'll be 3rd down and 2 with 3:49 to go here in the first quarter of action. We will step aside here to let them get that man checked out, and we'll be back after the break.
From the Florence Toyota Studios, this is WOLH Florence, 96.3 ESPN Radio, the worldwide leader in sports.
Metal roof and wall siding is available locally at Adams Metal Building Supply, a 40-year-old company offering metal building supplies for your home, farm, and recreation projects. From residential to commercial, they have metal panels in a variety of colors and profiles, plus metal trims for a clean, finished look. They carry vinyl bag insulation in several inch sizes and have red iron galvanized C's, channels, Z's, and angles. Adams Metal Building Supply. Call Heather today at 843-669-6399.
It's football season, which means it's time to head to Rivals, a store divided, your go-to place for all things Clemson or Carolina. Get all your fall fashions at Rivals. It's wall-to-wall with the latest Clemson or Carolina gear, including dresses, shirts, shorts, shoes, and hats. And while you're there, gear up for your tailgating parties too, including tents, tables, chairs, coolers, and grillers. Plus, check out their fan cave section. It's full of metal and wooden signs at Rivals, a store divided.
For decades, Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home in Florence has been there for our community to help them heal after a loss with dignified and memorable funeral services. When you choose Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home, you're choosing a legacy of trust when it comes to caring for both those who have gone and the family and friends they left behind. Everyone grieves differently, but Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home is committed to helping you through it. They're always available to you by phone, email, Facebook, and their website at stoudenmeyerdowling.com.
Now back to the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the high school football game of the week. A tough injury there for the young man, Tristan Hudson, the senior tailback for the Darlington Falcons, as they brought out the cart for that young man, and he is being taken off the field. Just taking him down to the sideline to get him looked at. So prayers for that young man as we resume play here in this first quarter. 3:40 to go. 3rd down now for Jalen Augustus as he will keep it fake to Ross, and he's going to keep it, and he got smacked.
He got hit hard, James. He didn't come close to a first down. That's going to be a 4th down play right now. If Darlington goes for it now, that to me, that's going to be a bad decision. Unfortunately, they need to punt this ball.
And it looks like the special teams unit will be coming out for the Falcons. You got to give credit to, once again, big number 50, Brendan Williams. I have been so impressed by him. He hasn't gotten a lot of recognition, but he is a standout on that defensive line.
No, but we always give him credit because he sits in there and he stuffs that middle.
Just
Now, watch for a possible trick play here.
Fourth
fake
and 1.
punt.
Simon Whaley is the kicker, number 16 for the Falcons.
Nope.
Blocked. It's blocked. All the way back inside the 10. It'll roll out of bounds.
James, I'm not sure if that was actually blocked. When I say that, the kicker kicked it straight into his face. He didn't get any height on it. I know his arm hit it too, but it was about the same size as his face. It was going to hit him. He had no air on it. It was like a line drive.
It was a low line driving punt. I believe that was number 29, Jewel Washington, the sophomore, who got his face mask in there.
I mean,
and got his head rocked. But what a play!
I mean, it was a block punt, no doubt about it. But this is exactly what Darlington did not need. We talked about special teams and who was better and how they win games. South Florence has used their special teams all year long and taking advantage of other people's special teams.
Immediate first and goal opportunity for the Bruins. McLaughlin and Jackson. He'll fake it to McLaughlin. Throw to that left side. Incomplete. Tight coverage there by the Falcons. That was intended for number 4. That was Washington. That was Malik Robinson. Yes, sir.
Malik Robinson. Now, that to me, he just tried to force that because that was his first read and he wasn't open at all. So Messiah Jackson's got to be a little bit smarter with passing plays like that, to be honest with you, especially like we were talking about that the scouts are looking.
Khalil Green, the man in coverage there. Second down and 9 to the end zone. This time he will give it to McLaughlin. He's going right side down to the 2.
Yeah, he's a little shifty. We know he's the bigger of the two backs, but he is a little shifty right there. He took it over to the right-hand side and juked one of the players a little bit out of his shoes, to be honest with you,
Antoine
James.
Graham was reaching for his shoes, and so was A.J. Jordan to help wrap him up there. They have it at the 3-yard line. Third down and goal to go. 2 minutes and 10 seconds counting here in this first quarter of action. The Bruins trying to put their foot on the throat. Give to McLaughlin, and this time the Falcons say no. Swarming into the backfield, and they'll tackle McLaughlin.
They need to be careful about that. That was almost holding the player a little too long and getting a penalty, but I got a feeling South Florence is probably going to go for it again.
It is fourth down. They backed it up. They backed him up nicely to the 4-yard line, so not a gimme here for a run. This would be a huge stand for the Falcons to try to keep some type of life in this game. This has been a nightmarish first quarter.
Yeah, this would be big if they can stop him right here, and they are going for it, James.
Yes, sir. Messiah Jackson in the gun. 2 to his right. He'll hard count, looking to the sideline with Drew Marlowe.
I don't see a play clock.
I don't either. Checking again. This time it is a false start. That is going to be a offensive penalty there. That'll back up the Bruins another 5. And maybe that changes things for Coach Marlowe.
Yeah, maybe he goes for 3 here because that's 7 yards now.
It would be 9, I believe, after the 5, or at least, yes. I think all the way back to the 9-yard line.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I was going from when they were at the 2-yard line.
It goes from
They are going to go for it.
second and goal at the 3-yard line, now to 4th and 9.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Clock still running inside a minute here in this first quarter of action. Now the offense gets set. Messiah Jackson in the gun. 2 receivers to his right, as long with McLaughlin. He'll fake to McLaughlin. Looking right corner of the end zone to Jayon Perkins, reaching out with one hand. Incomplete and out of bounds. And that's the stop that the Falcons desperately needed.
Yeah, he caught the ball, actually, James. He just was out of bounds when he caught it. He still got it in his hands. No, he didn't. He's on the ground. I'm sorry, buddy. You're right. You got better eyes than I do tonight, James.
He reached for it out there. He tried
I thought
his
he
best
hauled
for
it in. I'm sorry. I just thought he was out of bounds.
A huge stop there. I'm surprised that the decision to go for it still there with the reliable Coy Joyner. Haven't seen a lot of field goal opportunities for him there. That would have been a chance to go up 18-0, but the score stands at 15 now.
Yeah, I was surprised, too, because that was 9 yards. You normally don't go for it on 4th down, especially when you do have a kicker. I think the style and the talent of Joyner.
Either way now, Jalen Augustus with another opportunity here to try to stop the bleeding. here late in this first quarter of action, backed up at the 9-yard line. First down and 10. Augustus will fake the snap. Not much of a play fake. Now he'll step up and look to throw still. Deep down the middle of the field. He's got 2 men out there. They ran into each other, got tangled up. Incomplete. Had 2-on-1 really out there. That was number 2, James Spann. And I think number 14, Shannon, excuse me. That was unfortunate.
That was definitely pass interference, but it was from his own teammate that stopped it, to be honest with you. Man, yes, that was going to be an exciting play, James, I feel like.
Had 2 guys streaking down the middle there, and just, you got to think it wasn't intentional for them to be right next to each other there, some type of miscommunication, but again, that'll a huge mistake.
Yeah, he basically he tackled him up, not tackled him, but hit him off the route pretty much.
Kind of hindered his own man from catching it there, played defensive back. Augustus now 2nd down and 10. He'll fake it on the sweep, and he'll throw it over the middle of the field. He's got his man. He's going to break a tackle in running at the 40, 45, and he's brought down there. A great play fake and throw by Jalen Augustus, and that was one of his favorite targets, Orion Small.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the north-south guy, Orion Small. First time we've seen him besides that pass interference catch a ball. And I know he didn't catch it on the pass interference, but the first time they've targeted him also since then.
Threw it on the slant, had him catch and run, and he just broke that tackle and kept on going.
You can see the speed in him. He's got a chance to break one in this game.
20 seconds to go here in this first quarter of action. Augustus will snap it, and he'll fake it to his man, and he's going to keep it going left side. A great fake by Jalen Augustus. He's going to make another man miss across the first down marker all the way to that's going to be the 37-yard line. A huge run to end this first quarter of action for Jalen Augustus.
Yeah, that was a good. The tackle was made by the defensive back, Reginald Kennard-Jett, which is not what you want to have happen. That tells you that he gained a lot of yards, and your defensive back makes it stop normally.
And you see the flash from the electric number 11, Jalen Augustus there as we end this first quarter of action. The Bruins came out hot, but now the Falcons threatening again. It's 15-0 South Florence. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
Metal roof and wall siding is available locally at Adams Metal Building Supply, a 40-year-old company offering metal building supplies for your home, farm, and recreation projects. Adams Metal Building Supply can order walk-through metal door kits and overhead doors, as well as bolt-up metal buildings in 4 different sizes for the DIY homeowner. Adams Metal Building Supply, where quality meets durability. Call Heather today at 843-669-6399 or toll free at 1-888-766-0043.
More live action. It's the high school football game of the week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the high school football game of the week here on 96.3 ESPN Radio. Region 5 4A action here at Darlington, South Carolina. The Bruins up 15-0 here as we enter the second quarter of action. But Jalen Augustus giving some life to this Falcons offense. They have them threatening at about the 37-yard line after a electric run by number 11.
I mean, from what we've seen, Darlington's offense has been able to move the ball a little bit on South Florence's defense. Their 2 biggest mistakes have come from special teams. But they've done pretty well, to be honest with you, James. And this drive is turning out to be as good as the one where they got down to the 30 and got stopped on 4th down.
First down and 10 for Augustus now. Trying to right the wrongs of that first quarter. Quarterback sweep. Augustus has got a running lane. Jalen Augustus first down after a gain of at least 12 there. A nice run.
Now you're starting to see the skills of Jalen Augustus as well. We are. His legs, this is what I wanted to see, how good he is. And so far, he hasn't disappointed.
We saw him a couple of times last year. He's just such a big frame, has those long strides for a quarterback. When he's out in space, he'll give you a nice move, a spin move as well. He's an electric athlete.
Yeah, last year I was calling like ballerina moves, and he does have them. I hadn't seen him spin tonight, but he will do it.
Now at the 25, first down and 10. It's another fake. Augustus is keeping it right side. He's going to cut inside. Another nice run, diving for that first down marker. It'll be a gain of 9 for number 11.
South Florence is having problems stopping this right now, James. Their offensive line for Darlington is pushing back South Florence's offensive line as well, and that's giving Jalen Augustus plenty of room to run, and he's fast enough that it doesn't take much for him to get into an open hole.
A lot of motion, a lot of eye candy from this Falcons offense and Jamie Johnson. But really, you got to keep your eyes on number 11 the whole time. He makes it all happen. Threatening now in the red zone. 2nd down and 1 yard to go. Bruins creeping up to the line. This time it'll be a throw. Augustus pump fakes. He's going to look right. Now he's going to look left. Throws back corner of the end zone. And it is caught. Jump ball caught. Touchdown Falcons. That's Jamal Hyde.
And that's what Darlington needed right there to get back in this game. They had to have a big play, and there it was. I've been saying they were moving the ball on this South Florence defense, and South Florence defense needs to step it up.
Correction, that is Orion Small, the north-south game.
Yeah, I thought that was number 0. It's not number 2. It's number 0.
Yes, sir. My apologies there. That was all Orion Small, a jump ball one-on-one in that back corner, and he just manhandled it away from the defensive back.
You can see the skills of the certain players that stand out above the other ones if you watch.
100%. Got a nice spark out of the crowd. Now back to silence. It'll be a 2-point conversion attempt now for the Falcons. Augustus will fake it. Now he's going to look to throw it. Wrapped up in just a tough play there. Way to stay home. Number 20 of the Bruins. That was Donald McElvin on the RPO there from Augustus. Did not work. The score stays at 15-6 with 10:41 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to avoid a sack, but, I mean, because of his skill, to be honest with you. But he only got about 3 yards, but he was at least able to avoid the sack.
That was definitely some type of RPO there where you could hand it off, and then maybe if the quarterback wants to run or throw right there. But the Bruins had it all corralled up there. And like you said, that was all Jalen Augustus using his talent and athleticism trying to make a play.
And he's definitely the guy that could do it. And on the other side, we still got Messiah Jackson. Ended up being a lot better game than I anticipated, James. I honestly was looking for South Florence to kind of almost dominate. But it's good to see Darlington's offense performing like they are.
Absolutely. Kickoff underway. This time, Zayden Johnson, the man that will do the kicking for the Falcons. He'll put the right foot to leather, and it is a short end-over-end kick at the 20-yard line, fielded by Samaj Parker, and he'll get to the 31 before he's wrapped up nicely there by that Falcons special team. That's number 27 of the Falcons, I believe. No number 27 on the roster. I'm not sure who that was then.
And you can see the excitement out there for them. Also, I just noticed it looks like Ryan Small also plays defense.
When you have an athlete like him, why not use him wherever you can? They do have that man at safety as well.
Yeah.
As Messiah Jackson trots back onto the field here. 1st down and 10 at the 32-yard line. Jackson will take that snap and give it up the middle. Cameron James, not much running room there as they'll shove him back. Maybe a gain of 2 yards there.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of push behind that South Florence offensive line this time. So Darlington, of course, whenever your offense scores like that, you get the extra the extra energy, the extra anything, and you can see it. A lot of defense will step up on that next drive. Let's see if Darlington can finish what they started.
A little bit of that momentum has been taken out of that South Florence sideline. A little bit of a shocking drive there as the Falcons were able to spawn. This time Cam James going down that left sideline. There goes Cam James and a lightning bolt down the sideline. He is pushed out of bounds all the way down to the 25 of the Falcons. Cameron James, what an electric run.
Khalil Green saved that touchdown for Darlington. Did you see the speed? I know you saw it, James, because they were watching.
Bolt, man.
But he got on that left-hand side and went down right down the sidelines, all the way down for at least a 40-yard gain. Like I said, luckily Khalil Green was there for Darlington to stop him.
And I talked about the life getting sucked out of that South Florence sideline, and they were jumping up and down for him there. That was a huge run by young Cameron James. 1st down and 10.
Just how quick South Florence can get into other people's territory.
Jackson now looking to throw. He'll take the snap. He's going to look right now. He's going to take off and run. Avoided a sack, and there goes Messiah Jackson. He's going to sprint to the goal line, tipping down the sideline. Did he get in? No, he stepped out of bounds at the 5. Messiah Jackson. There's a flag back down at the line of scrimmage as well. But what a play by Messiah Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to stay in bounds. He definitely made it inside the pylon, but it looks like this is a hold and it's coming back, James. So, all for naught.
He looked to the right, and then that defender just came blitzing in untouched, but he made a miss. These two quarterbacks are such a treat to watch run the football.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh,
Yeah, that's a huge holding penalty, though. That's going to mark him all the way back at the 35-yard line. It would have been at the 5-yard line, but now it's 1st and 20.
now let's see if they get a big pass play here.
McLaughlin in the game at tailback. 3 receivers to Messiah Jackson's right, Parker, Malik Washington, and Perkins. Perkins will take the catch on a quick little hitch route there. He'll gain about 12 yards there and make it a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that was a very well designed play, and that's what I was talking about, them passing. That gets 12 yards. Now you're back in normal rhythm for a drive. It's like getting a 2-yard gain on 1st down.
Right. That's the first time we've really called Jayon Perkins' name. He has really shown out the past couple of weeks and settled into this South Florence offense.
I say he's a stud player. He's really talented. He's their best receiver as well.
Perkins and Robinson will line up on the left. Parker down on Messiah Jackson's right. And Messiah Jackson will lose the football on the snap. He'll pick it back up, and he's just going to look to run with it. Messiah Jackson turning a broken play into a gain of about 5 yards as he just runs through a Falcon there, close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, I mean, I will say once he got the ball, he actually had time to look down to see if anybody was open to throw to, and just instincts took over, and he went to just grabbing that ball and then running with it. Luckily, he didn't fall on it. It would have been a loss of about 5 yards.
3rd and 3 this time. Quick throw out to Robinson on a screen pass. He's got it in more. He's got a blocker in front of him. It's a 1st down all the way down to the 5-yard line for Malik Robinson.
Another well-designed play by South Florence, and that time 3 people were trying to tackle Malik Johnson. He drugged them an extra 2-3 yards. South Florence might have got a little bit mad when Darlington scored.
They are quickly responding here. 1st and goal now at the 5-yard line after that Malik Robinson catch. 1st down, Jackson. High snap again. They're struggling with that, but he'll give it to Cameron James up the middle. That threw that timing off, and the offensive line didn't get the push, only a gain of 1.
Yeah, that threw it off big time. I mean, we both just watched it. I mean, you can see Cameron James didn't have anywhere to go once he got it because he got it maybe a half second too late, but that's the difference.
Yep. And if you're a center, too, you probably know you snapped it high as well, so you're probably in the back of your head thinking about that, too, so that has an effect, too. 2nd down now after that short run. This time, a good snap. Give it to Cameron James on time. He'll crawl over an offensive lineman, but then tackled down there. Maybe a gain of 2. They'll mark him all the way, at the 3-yard line.
So far, Darlington's defense is stepping up in this situation of goal line defense. Let's see if they can shut them down because you know they're going for 2 plays here. They will go for it on 4th down.
Bend but don't break's the name of the game. This time it's 3rd and goal. Jackson, quarterback keeper all the way, dragging defenders across the goal line. And that's 1, 2, 3 for Messiah Jackson.
That's what he wanted to do the whole time. He just wanted the other running back to have it a couple times so he could say, hey, can you give me the ball, coach, because you know I'm going to score, because nobody was able to pull him down or even come close.
The first half hat trick for number 7 of the Bruins. It makes it 21-6 with 7:32 to go here in the first half as Coy Joyner will look for the point after attempt. Snaps down, kicks up. It is good. 22-6 Bruins here in this second quarter of action. And what a response by this Bruins offense.
Yeah, I mean, it could be 25 right now if they would have went for the field goal, if he would have got it, of course, and that kick right there would have made that field goal that we were looking at.
100%.
This is where Darlington has to try to keep up with the scoring with South Florence.
Yep.
If this drive goes bad for Darlington, South Florence scores again, then the momentum once again is gone. But I'm telling you, what we've seen right now, James, Darlington's offense is able to move it on South Florence.
I mean, you can definitely, if you're able to move the ball like they've done, you just got to convert in those critical situations, those 4th downs. You're getting a 4th and 1, you got to make that type of play there. Keep getting back in that situation. And then right there, a bend but don't break. You keep getting them into those 3rd downs and those 4th downs in the red zone there, and you never know what you're looking at the end of the football game.
The only thing is they keep bending like that, that time will run out on them.
Coy Joyner getting ready to kick this one deep. 3 Falcons waiting to return it at the 10-yard line. Going to that his right side now. That'll be kicked out of bounds. A rare mistake there by Coy Joyner. That'll give the Falcons decent field position to start this drive.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the best field positions they'll probably get on the South Florence special teams all night, to be honest, if they're doing the kickoff. South Florence is usually their coverage keeps people behind the 20 almost every time. So we have seen him kick it out of bounds for, and they'll get it on the 35 once again, as you said.
Jalen Augustus leading this Falcons offense out here again. Deron Ross has been promoted. He was their leading rusher on the season, but still praying for young Tristan Hudson. But it'll be Ross as the main tailback going the rest of the way tonight. 1st and 10 for Augustus. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Claps his hands. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, pump faking, throws right side over the middle of the field. A good read, but just through the hands of Zy Shannon there.
Oh, he missed a wide open receiver. Orion Small was wide open running down the 50, and he threw it and almost threw an interception, to be honest with you. He overthrew the receiver he was trying to get to, but he missed the receiver. He was wide open.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion there. This offensive line giving Augustus some time to kind of make that 1st and 2nd read there. He's pump faking a lot as well. Just got to try to convert on some of these downfield shots. Haven't quite been there for the Falcons. 2nd down and 10. Augustus claps his hands. He'll look to throw again. Short underneath, and he's got it as he falls to the turf to collect the football. That is number 3, Jarius Brooks.
Still a very good pickup on 2nd down and puts him in 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5. He's throwing the ball pretty well tonight, other than that one pass just a second ago.
Yep.
I wish if Peter had 2nd more, just looked over, he would have had a touchdown.
I'm sure him and Coach Johnson will be looking at that play in film and being like, man, that was a missed one right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to South Florence defender I missed.
3rd and 5, like you said, Chuck, another manageable situation for the Falcons like they've been in most of the night. We have to see if they convert this one here. Tight end in motion is Brooks. Augustus claps his hands looking to throw. It's a rollout right side. Pumps. He'll fire out to the right side. It's complete. A nice throw and catch there. Well executed. That's Orion Small again for a 1st down.
Yeah, and like we've been saying, they're moving the ball on South Florence. They just did it again. That receiver, that was a nice route. Slid down. The ball was thrown where only his receiver could get it. Pickup of what, 11, 12?
Yep, 1st down and 10 now at the 46-yard line. Orion Small working on Will Wilson on that right sideline there. That's a fun matchup to watch. This time Augustus is going to look to throw left side, going deep down that left sideline. One-on-one coverage, incomplete as he tried to tiptoe that sideline and hold on to it. That was Frank Ham III there. Trip is his nickname, but tripped down the sideline there, incomplete.
Yeah, that right there was a play he could have made, to be honest with you, James. The South Florence defender never turned back, so if he was able to locate that ball just sooner, he had a chance.
Yeah, a little back shoulder high arcing throw there by Jalen Augustus on the mark. Just haven't been able to convert. Still 2nd down and 10, though. They're taking their shots on those early down.
Which they're going to have to, they'll get back in the game.
6 minutes, 12 to go here. Clock stopped after that incompletion. Augustus, 3 receivers. He'll fake it, and he's going to look to run, but oh, my goodness, do the Bruins snuff that out?
Yeah, number 5 was all over that.
That was Prue.
And he's a sophomore, and I was talking about him earlier. They have 2 other linebackers, Terry Gordon and
Willie Kennedy.
Those are the 2 big tacklers, but number 3 tackling is Pugh.
Prue, 5. But Prue he had a pick 6 earlier. He has really come on for this Bruins team and rounded out that linebacking core. He's been impressive to watch as a sophomore.
And to give the other guys credit, there were 3 other people also that came in, but Prue was there first.
It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 for Augustus after that sack as he checks to the sideline to Coach Johnson, checking the wristband. Augustus claps his hands. He's going to look to throw. Pressure in his face. He'll lob it down the sideline. It is caught right at the original 1st down marker there. It is complete. I believe that is number 17, Deron Ross, the tailback, but it will bring up 4th and 8.
And there was definitely no what they call yards after catch on that particular one. He stuffed him like, I guess you'd say, a baked potato. He didn't move.
4th and 8 at midfield. They're at the 47-yard line. Going for it are the Falcons. This is a risky play here. Augustus claps his hands and will check to the sideline. This is just such a critical play.
It's such a long play, too, and you're on your own side of the field. I wonder if they're just going to call a
And they're
timeout
gonna,
and
they're
pump.
going to call a timeout here. And, yeah, they're going to think this one over here with 4:36 to go here in the first half. The Falcons stalling out here at midfield, 4th down and 8 to go. Just a tough situation if you're Coach Johnson here. Obviously, you don't want to give the football back to the Bruins, getting the ball after the halftime break as well. But, man, you give them the football here in this kind of field position, you're asking for disaster.
You're asking for trouble. That young man, I didn't know they were allowed to do that, but he's got a glove out there on Darlington's team. They just threw it on the field. I thought somebody was throwing a flag. He has a yellow glove. We'll see if you see it in a second, James, but I'm not sure what it is. It didn't look like a glove that you would be catching balls with.
Not sure. Obviously, it is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I'm sure we'll start to see the pink flow later on into the season. I see some green gloves out there.
No,
I see some yellow gloves here on number 3. That's
it.
That's
right
Brooks there.
And they threw it on the field, and it looked like a flag because that's a solid. You see the color now. That's the color of the flag.
They got a couple of different guys with some different gloves. Guess they don't have to have all matching black or purple there. But this will be 4th down now. Offense takes the field. Augustus has 3 receivers out in the gun. The Bruins looking like they're going to be sending heat off that left side. They do. Augustus will look to throw. Dips out of the pressure, and he's got a lot of running room. Augustus, 1st down and more. He's going to cross the midfield line and be out to the 42-yard line. A great play there by the all-region player, Jalen Augustus.
Yeah, the South Florence defense did not contain like they were supposed to, so they got out of their positions, and Jalen Augustus took advantage of it, took it to the right and got a 1st down for them. That was a long 1st down for a 4th down play.
They'll keep this drive moving here close to the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. 1st down now. Augustus in the gun, claps his hands. He's going to look to throw again. Augustus fires, going left side, intercepted. That's DePrew. He's got running room to the 40-yard line. Tackle down there. That's Warnell Prue.
Big play, and that's what we were talking about. They didn't get a lot of turnovers. This time it wasn't the special teams that got the turnover. It was the defense that got a turnover. Big time, instead of them being with the 4th down that we thought they might have got the ball back from there, Darlington gets a 1st down, and then, look, it turns around. The momentum shifts just like that right back to South Florence.
Crucial error there by Jalen Augustus. Forced that throw, and we talked about it. Warnell Prue had a huge pick 6 earlier this year. He's got those coverage instincts, such a great young linebacker for the Bruins, and he makes another great play there on Augustus.
It's like Augustus, I don't know if he just didn't see him or what, because he threw it directly at him. And I didn't see a close receiver, to be honest. It could have been behind him, maybe.
There was
James.
somebody behind him, but there was a whole group of white closing in fast. So tough play there. There is a injured Falcon down on the tackle there. That is Khalil Green, the defensive back, also wide receiver. So a crucial member of the Falcons there.
Yeah, they've lost 2 players that they probably didn't really want to lose in the game that they're trying to win, because you got to have everybody in this game to play to be able to beat South Florence.
Prayers for the senior Khalil Green as they check him out on the sideline.
He saved the touchdown earlier.
Yep. 1st and 10, Bruins have it at the 41-yard line. Throw, Jayon Perkins on a slant break, a tackle. Jayon Perkins inside the 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line, and here come the Bruins.
We've seen it too many times, and they're coming back and doing it again. You have to try your best to stay in there with South Florence. You're going to have to go blow for blow in this region with them, score for score. Otherwise, this game's about to possibly get out of hand.
The Bruins seem to want to take control here. Rolling left, they'll throw it out to the Perkins on that flat. He's going to gain about 4 before being swarmed by a bunch of Falcons there. But another nice throw by Messiah Jackson.
Yeah, kind of threw it to his inside area, and I think he turned a little bit. But, man, did you see Darlington's defense swarmed? They did very good to stop that.
2nd down and 6. Bad throw there on a screen to Robinson. He had to go back for it about 2 or 3 yards. He'll fight his way back to the line of scrimmage there, but that's a bad play.
Yeah, he actually drug people about 3 yards because he was almost tackled. It was backwards pass.
Right.
Basically.
It would have been a lateral, it looked like, yep. It'll be 3rd down and roughly 5 yards for the Bruins here. Inside 3 minutes to go of this first quarter of action. Whistles blow, flags fly. We'll check what that's about. Dead ball foul.
This could be against South Florence.
It is. It's a false start against the Bruins. That'll back them up.
The only thing difference is they're still going to have 2 plays because that's how he seems to want to do it tonight is go for it on 4th down. I'm talking about Drew Marlowe.
Let me get 3rd and 9. That was a 3rd and manageable to a 3rd and long now. That's the Bruins. That's one thing I'm sure Coach Marlowe repeatedly this season has tried to correct and seems to just kind of be a small thorn in the side of the Bruins, those critical timed penalties.
Yes, something we discussed. That is one thing that can keep South Florence's offense from scoring is when they hurt themselves. And they've done it numerous times, but seem to always get out of it.
This time they will throw. Jackson will look throwing dangerously, but it is tipped and caught. Jayon Perkins, oh my goodness, they aren't happy about that one. Jayon Perkins, after a tip, was able to keep his foot in bounds. He was bobbling it there, but they gave him possession. A defensive back was able to get his hands on it, but great concentration there by number 1. It'll bring up 4th down at about 2 yards.
Yeah, he ended up catching it, James, but I would agree with the audience over here. It looked like he was bobbling the ball and touched the line, to be honest with you. I'm surprised he called that catch.
The ref was right there looking at it. I'm sure I guess he had a better look than I did, but 4th and 2 now. This is going to be a huge play for the Falcons to try to keep them out. Messiah Jackson all the way untouched. That was too easy.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Messiah Jackson. Give him 4.
Yeah, nobody came close to touching him or anything like that. And I'm wondering, I feel bad for Darlington at this point because I'm wondering if the referee was concentrating on feet and not hands on that play. But what a play by South Florence. Come back down, score. Messiah Jackson is on fire. That's his 4th touchdown, I believe. I know that's his 4th touchdown tonight.
I've been keeping count tonight. It's easy to lose count with him.
Wow.
Coy Joyner on for the extra point. Snaps down, kick is up. It is all the way through. And the Bruins 29 and the Falcons 6. With 2:18 to go here in the first half, the Falcons are letting this one get away from them.
Yeah, this drive right here is a huge, huge drive because South Florence does get the ball first in the second half. To be honest with you, to me, James, this is they have to score here on this drive to stay in the game. Otherwise, South Florence gets the ball. What we've seen, they've only stopped them one time, one possession, so South Florence is going to go down more than likely and score again possibly. I mean, until they prove it different, I can't
and
say
then you really have to start worrying about the amount of possessions you have left. And with the way that the Bruins have just been able to move the football up and down the field, they've been able to, like you said earlier, you've been able to get them stopped down here in some tough situations, but you move the ball and hold the ball for so long that you're just going to run out of time if you're the Falcons.
Yeah, no doubt. The possessions are very key, and you talked about at the beginning of the game because we knew both teams will run the clock a lot.
Coy Joyner back out to kick this one off. Back deep R3. Falcons standing at the 10. Joyner line drive to that right side. It will be caught on a hop by number 14, and man, was he hit by a wall of Bruins there right at the 20-yard line. Zy Shannon with the slow to get up return there.
Yeah, Prue's the one who got that tackle once again. He looks like he was having a monster night tonight, didn't he?
I had my eye on him the past couple of weeks, man. After that pick 6 and the couple of games we've watched, he has started to just pop up more and more. He is really settling into varsity football.
Since we got a second real quick, James, happy birthday, Sharon. It's her birthday, my sister, October 3rd.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to her. Back out onto the field are the Falcons. Jalen Augustus trying to lead this team with 2:13 to go here in a 2-minute drill to try to close this gap a little bit here. Augustus will look to throw right side, and it's right to the Bruins again. Intercepted this time. It's Amari Reeves. He's going down the sideline. Pick 6 for the Bruins.
Oh, no, Darlington. This is something you could not do. You just threw a pick 6. You've had a block punt. You've had too many special team mistakes. What they call these touchdowns, to what I've heard, I like the term of it, when they have touchdowns, they're not from the offense, they're from the defense or from whatever else. Those are called supplemental touchdowns.
There you go. Okay. Well, that's what that's only the first supplemental touchdown, but so many supplemental plays, as you kind of want to say there. I mean, like you said, block punt, fumble on a kickoff. 2 interceptions now. Coy Joyner back out there. Kick is up and good. And now 2:03 to go in this first half. The lead is ballooning. 36 South Florence, 6 for the Falcons. And yes, Jalen Augustus, that's back-to-back just I mean, at this point, obviously, you're down by multiple scores and you're pressing. You want to start making some serious plays and try to get your team back into the game. But, man, that was both interceptions just right to Bruin defenders there.
Yeah, and that's just stuff you just can't afford to have in this game at all. And South Florence has not had a lot of takeaways. They've already got 2 takeaways on defense. They've had 1 on special teams, so that's 3 total at least that they've had already tonight. And we're still in the first half.
Yep.
Darlington's got a lot of recuperating to do, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to.
On the season, the Bruins have 3 interceptions and 4 fumbles. So that tells you a little something about how tonight's gone.
It's just crazy because Darlington's offense has been moving the ball. Unless he does that kind of stuff, they've been doing pretty well.
Coy Joyner back out again. He'll boom it. This will go into the end zone for a touchback, and Augustus will have to trot right back out there again after his last 2 pass attempts have been caught by the wrong team.
He still got 2 minutes left because he threw that interception so quick that he's got 2 minutes left.
Really, if you're the Bruins now, though, it's time to pin your ears back. If you're Terry Gordon, Brendan Williams, Prue, Miles Johnson, it's time to get after this quarterback. It's time, Amari Reeves, that's his 3rd interception on the year as well. These ball hawks are going to start to really be teeing off. And so, chance to make a lot of big plays if you catch the defense being aggressive, but they're going to be looking for every single takeaway now.
Yeah, once you get that feel, I saw it with the Steelers where they had 5 against, I think it was Seattle, and then was it last week with South Carolina? Once they start piling them on, they do.
Inside carry this time, that is Ross up the middle of the field. He'll gain only a yard there as he's brought down. Well, he'll gain 2 or 3 there, excuse me. He's going to gain a 2 there for Deron Ross. But you can tell the Falcons are being a little more conservative this time, but I believe that's a timeout from the Bruins. They're going to try to get the ball back here.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think Drew Marlowe called that timeout. He's trying to get this running clock going in this first quarter.
Coach Marlowe does have 3 timeouts here left, so going to use one there. And like you said, Chuck, if you're going to be conservative, if you're the Falcons here, Coach Marlowe said, well, I'll take that football right back, and we'll try to put up some more points.
Yeah, he's definitely an aggressive coach. I mean, when you're going for it on 4th and 9 or 4th with 9, whatever, 4th and 9.
From your 9.
Yeah, to get a goal, a touchdown.
Shows a lot of confidence in your team for sure. You're giving the offense more time to maybe get a play here, but you think your defense is competent and aggressive enough to get this stop. It's 2nd down and 9 now for Augustus. 4 wide receivers. He's going to look to throw. Pump fakes now. Double move. Looking deep down the field, but that is bracket coverage there by Will Wilson and Gresham Hall. Incomplete.
Yeah, that was nice coverage by the South Florence secondary on him. I think that pass would have been catchable, even though it landed out of bounds. It was a good throw, just too much coverage and very good help by both teams. Yep. The safety helped a lot on that.
Jarius Brooks was the man the ball was intended for there, the big wide receiver. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now with 1:49 to go here in this second quarter of action here. This is going to be a tough play here. Oh, my goodness. And now it'll be even tougher as the Bruins have motion all over the offense. And it'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And on top of that, Drew Marlowe didn't have to take any timeouts right now. He took 1, and that's it. And then they threw the ball out, gave him a free time out to an extent. And now
you're backed up into a 3rd and 13 now. Augustus, 3 wide receivers. You got to think they're probably just going to want to hand the football off here, and hope you get a good punt. But South Florence blocked the last one. 3rd and long. Augustus taking his time here. He'll snap 4 wide, looking to throw. Pressure going to the sides. He'll break off another one, but there come the rest of the Bruins. Sack.
Yeah, he's having a tough time right now, James. I think he might be a little injured too.
Yeah, he looks shaken up on the play there, looking for some help from his offensive line. Just frustration there from the Darlington quarterback.
Yeah, he's been running. He was everything.
There's a
was
flag
going
down though there,
Okay.
Chuck. So I believe it was a penalty on the Bruins there.
Yeah.
I didn't see what the actual call was there, but they'll replay the down. They'll give him another. That was those 5 yards back, so it'll be 3rd and 8 again.
Must have been encroachment or offsides by the defense to get the 5 yards, because I don't know of any other penalty that you wouldn't get a first down on.
And the Bruins will burn another one of the timeouts here. 1:41 to go. Again, Coach Marlowe trying to get this football back here. But, man, don't want to have your quarterback, Jalen Augustus, in a situation like that. Was able to break out of that original sack, but, man, those Bruins come fast and hard, and they hit the quarterback there and was slow to get up. You don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater in a game like this. You want to try to preserve your superstar quarterback.
Yeah, no doubt, because you got the rest of the season to go, and you got to keep him healthy. I'm not sure. What I'm confused about right now is if there's a flag, why is the clock still running? He had to do a timeout.
Right. I'm not sure if the
Maybe
clock
it makes
was
it
running.
runs whenever they. I'll check into the rules better, and I'll know next week.
You're right. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just, for this 3rd down, he wanted to check with the defense here to make sure they get this stop. That could also be something there. I wasn't checking to see if the clock was running there after that penalty / sack there. Either way, 3rd and 8, 1:41 to go. The Falcons trying to just play keep away here from the Bruins here before half. Shotgun snap. Augustus looks to throw. He's got his man. It's a hook and ladder. What a play. Oh, my goodness. That was Brooks who caught it and immediately pitched it to Ross, streaking down the sideline. Brooks took a huge hit, but that's a huge first down close to midfield.
And they've had some nice play calls tonight, Darlington has, and that was another really nice play call. Caught South Florence defense just napping it a little bit. They weren't ready for that play.
No, I wasn't either. That was a great play there. They got it to the 41, not quite to midfield. He stepped out of bounds a little earlier, but a fresh set of downs for the Falcons. Augustus in the gun. 3 wide receivers. He's going to drop to throw again. Pressure around the edges. He'll step up and he'll lob it down the left side. And that's another interception. Will Wilson took it away from Brooks. He took it down that right sideline. Now he's going left at the 40. Trying to weave through traffic at the 50. Flags fly. Still at the 40. Tipping down the sideline there. But that is going to be the 3rd interception of the night for Jalen Augustus.
He almost just put too much air. He lobbed that ball in the air a little too much, to where the South Florence defender was able to get back in, because the wide receiver was open for a second. It was just the way it lobbed, and I'm not sure exactly how the South Florence defender came down with it. The pass was there. It looked like you saw the same thing, James. It was just a weird-looking throw to me.
You can hear Coach Johnson giving his quarterback a earful from all the way up here. Don't throw it into traffic. Just step out of bounds. Stop the clock. Giving him an earful.
Yeah, he is, and we can actually hear it.
1st down and 10. The penalty, I believe, was a holding there or a low block there on the return. So they'll have it at the 35-yard line for the Bruins. 1:20 to go. 5 wide for Messiah Jackson and the Bruins. Jackson will look to throw. He's got time throwing outside. That's Tyner on the catch there, but wrapped up immediately. Good job there by the Falcons defense to get him for maybe a gain of 1 or 2.
Yeah, it looks like Khalil. No, that's not Khalil.
That was
I'm
Small
sorry, that's
again.
James. It's Small. I thought it was Spann that got him. I'm sorry.
I believe that was 0. Orion
Every time I
Small
see
again.
0 over there, it looks like a 2.
His jersey's kind of bunched up, so it looks like there's a line in between it there, but that is 0.
Because we both have had problems identifying that.
It'll be.
It's like a penalty of some sort that we missed.
Penalty.
And that looks like that's a 15-yard penalty. So I don't know if it's unnecessary roughness or what. I don't want to speculate, but it was a 15-yard penalty.
I didn't see the hand signal there from the official, but it is a 15-yard penalty. So they'll get it all the way at midfield.
Clock's back and running.
Messiah Jackson looks to throw, rolling left, and he'll take it just out of bounds there. A loss of 1.
Yeah, I was going to say he lost a little bit of yardage on that play. Not sure why those quarterbacks don't know just to throw it out of bounds right there, and you save the yard.
Right. Well, I mean, Coach Johnson just wants his quarterback to take the ball out of bounds at this point anyway.
But this is Drew Marlowe's quarterback.
2nd down and 11 after the loss of a yard there as Jackson stepped out of bounds. Perkins, Parker, Washington, and number 9, Ben Tyner are out there at receiver. Spread formation for the Bruins as Jackson will look to throw. Got a clean pocket, firing over the middle of the field. He's got Perkins wide open at the 30. Stiff-arming a man, and he'll go out of bounds at the 25-yard line, but not before gave that defensive back a handful of hand.
Yeah, he really did. He stiff-armed him so bad that his feet came out from under, and he I don't want to laugh at a young man, but, yeah, he fell straight down. Both feet almost looked like he just pancaked him with one arm.
Smart play again by the Bruins, being aware of the clock. 53 seconds, stopping the clock with the 1 timeout. Stepping out of bounds there was Perkins. At the 25-yard line now, Jackson again looking to throw. Got all day. Great protection. He'll throw right side into the end zone, and a little late. He wanted Tyner in the back of the end zone there, but that was number 81, A.J. Jordan, who plays a little bit of safety back there in coverage. He broke on the football and knocked it away.
He should have intercepted that ball. That ball was straight to him, James. He was the first one. That's why he was shaking his head afterwards. They just missed out on an opportunity. South Florence scores here. Whew. You're going big time down for halftime. And I don't mean down points-wise. I mean down mentally as well.
Reminiscent of last year. The score last year, 60-6. The score right now, 36-6. So a little deja vu. Messiah Jackson will look to throw here now. 2nd down underneath and just a little too far in front of McLaughlin there. Had him open in the flat, but got a little excited there and overthrew his man.
Yeah, that looked like it was about to be his – would that be his 6th touchdown?
It'll be his fifth touchdown,
okay.
His first passing touchdown of the day right there. 42 seconds to go. Go ahead, Chuck.
That could have been it right there for his first passing touchdown. He was wide open.
A lot of room to run for sure.
If not, he's at least getting down to the 10-yard line.
3rd and 10. We don't have a game clock so far. No play clock. Excuse me, no play clock. It's down there. I see it, but it's not lit up. So
there's 2 of them, and neither one of them are on.
3rd and 10. Messiah Jackson will look to throw again all day, directing traffic, throwing into the end zone. 1-on-1. Samaj Parker had it in his hands, but let it slip through. Good coverage there by number 6 of the Falcons, Previs Brown. But that's an incompletion there. It'll bring up 4th down.
That was good coverage by Darlington's defense. He wasn't open. Good pass as well. So just all around good play, I guess, on both sides. But Darlington won that battle.
Samaj Parker would want that one back. I'm sure he says that would be a play that he makes most of the time there. Had that separation. Ball was placed on him, but Previs Brown was just in the area. 4th and 10, the Bruins going for it here. 34 seconds. Jackson will look to throw again. Firing over the middle. Got his man, Perkins. Touchdown, Bruins. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Messiah Jackson.
And they're trying to put this game out of reach, James.
And a little group celly on the sideline for the Bruins. 42-6 with 29 seconds to go here in the first half.
I guess it doesn't necessarily matter, but be careful with that celebration. That's how you can get a penalty as well.
This was on the sideline, so I guess that's over there.
I think you get a sideline penalty, can't you?
He's not dancing in the end zone, I guess. But
yeah.
Jayon Perkins making his impact again for the Bruins. This time, Coy Joyner will kick it through the uprights. It is good. 43-6 for the Bruins here with 30 seconds to go before halftime. As heck, we got Falcons players doing push-ups to penalize
I wonder if he's
themselves.
gotten in trouble.
It's that kind of night.
Jamie Johnson's directing how to do 10 push-ups because you missed that play.
Goodness gracious. A game that from the jump just didn't look like it was going to be the Falcons' night. But early on, they moved the football. They held the football. They weren't turning it over. They were getting it close to that red zone. But, man, just South Florence so good at capitalizing on your mistakes, man. You cannot make these type of errors against this football team.
No, and I'm surprised because their offense, like we said, it looked pretty good the first quarter at least, but they're still looking deep. He just keeps throwing interceptions, to be honest. 3 interceptions, 3 drives. And South Florence has scored on every one of those.
Yep.
That's 21 points off turnovers, and I think actually it counted the first will be 28.
Joyner will kick it. It'll bounce at the 2 and roll back into the end zone for another Bruins touchback. And you got to think at this point, Jalen Augustus in this Falcons offense, you just take a knee and go to the half.
Yeah, South Florence, I think, has already used all their timeouts, so they can't stop the clock again. They've got one left, so he's liable. Drew Barlow is liable to stop the clock right here.
I'm Coach Johnson. I probably wouldn't want to be throwing it around right now, though.
No. But, I mean, you
sure.
can still take the knee on the next drive, on the next play. And
Well,
go
after
in
that
half.
conversation we just overheard, I'm not sure what kind of leash he's going to have his quarterback on the rest of this game.
He's such a phenomenal quarterback that I'm not sure. But he's just not having his game at all tonight.
Very, very similar again to last year, man. I go back to that matchup last year. I was so excited for that matchup with Augustus, but this Bruins team has got his number. Augustus will look to throw right side, caught, short throw, but he'll get close to that first down marker there. That was Orion Small again.
And that's why I thought they might have more of a little bit potent offense, but I am surprised Jamie Johnson just let him throw the ball.
Clock running. They still have that one timeout in their back pocket. 15 seconds to go. This will be another throw. Augustus pumps the sideline, going deep. High, arcing throw, and did he get that foot down, Chuck?
I think so, James. We're going to see what they say. If they didn't call that one a catch and they called the last bobble a catch, they didn't. They didn't give it to him.
Oh, they called it incomplete. A tiptoeing attempt by James Spann there on that sideline, that high arcing throw. Flag is down there at about the 47-yard line of the Falcons. We'll check that. But Augustus will have a couple of these big plays just short, and that's going to be PI on the Bruins there. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty either way. And the Falcons will have it at the 45, 7 seconds to go. They still have that one timeout still, but they're going to be pushed against the clock here.
Yeah, they'd have to do a quick play out of bounds and then throw a Hail Mary.
Augustus in the gun, 3 wide receivers and a tight end. High snap, pressure's on him, but he steps up. Now he's sacked from behind. Ball's out, and the Bruins have it again just at the 42-yard line. The clock, I believe, ran out, though. I think that's just going to take us to halftime. They'll end it on a strip sack.
Yeah, and the person that recovered that ball was Miles Johnson from South Florence, number 33. Boy, South Florence's defense hadn't had too much, and now 4 turnovers.
This first half. They have one on the last play there. A strip sack from Jalen Augustus. The score here at half, South Florence 43, the Darlington Falcons 6. We'll be back after halftime where MJ will have scores from around the state, and we'll be back after this.
I was ignorant when it comes to financial literacy. Thank God for the protection plan. I now have the roadmap to my financial future. It's not too late for you. No matter where you are in life, better credit, saving for a goal, or protecting your family's future, the protection plan is here for you. Boost your credit, secure your legacy with wills and trusts, and stay on track with budgeting and debt payoff tools. All in one powerful platform. Start building healthy wealth habits and take control today. Call your certified wealth educators at 1-877-775-YOU-PROTECT. That's 1-877-775-87768.
If that crack in your windshield is driving you crazy, but you don't have time to get it fixed, call Galloway Autoglass, a mobile service company that comes to you. Owner and operator Will Floyd has over 20 years' experience in auto glass repair and replacement, but the real boss is Judge, the Labrador Retriever who rides along and ensures customer satisfaction. Galloway Autoglass always treats your vehicle like their own and will even help you file your insurance claim. Call Galloway Autoglass at 843-332-7575 or 664-9918, serving Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and surrounding areas.
It's football season, which means it's time to head to Rivals, a store divided, your go-to place for all things Clemson or Carolina. Get all your fall fashions at Rivals. It's wall-to-wall with the latest Clemson or Carolina gear, including dresses, shirts, shorts, shoes, and hats. And while you're there, Gear up for your tailgating parties too, including tents, tables, chairs, coolers, and grillers. Plus, check out their fan cave section. It's full of metal and wooden signs at Rivals, a store divided.
For decades, Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home in Florence has been there for our community to help them heal after a loss with dignified and memorable funeral services. When you choose Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home, you're choosing a legacy of trust when it comes to caring for both those who have gone and the family and friends they left behind. Everyone grieves differently, but Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home is committed to helping you through it. They're always available to you by phone, email, Facebook, and their website at StoudenmeyerDowling.com.
Metal roof and wall siding is available locally at Adams Metal Building Supply, a 40-year-old company offering metal building supplies for your home, farm, and recreation projects. Adams Metal Building Supply can order walk-through metal door kits and overhead doors, as well as bolt-up metal buildings in 4 different sizes for the DIY homeowner. Adams Metal Building Supply, where quality meets durability. Call Heather today at 843-669-6399 or toll free at 1-888-766-0043.
And it's Matt Jordan back here in the ESPN Radio 96.3 FM studios, where at the half, South Florence leads Darlington of 43-6, I should say. Lower Richland and Hartsville going into the half 14-14. It's Sumter all over West Florence right now, 20-0. Crestwood has a 14-7 lead on Wilson going into the half. Carolina Forest, they just started the third quarter, leading Socastee 32-6. Waccamaw 20, Georgetown 6. Andrew Jackson on top of suddenly struggling Straw right now, 14-7. St. James 7, Myrtle Beach 7. Carvers Bay 20, Latta nothing. North Myrtle Beach 21, Conway 7. Loris and Dillon, as expected, tied at 16. Marlboro County leading Ainer 27-0. And in college right now, it is South Florida all over Charlotte, 26-7. And Delaware leads Western Kentucky 17-10. Once again, your halftime score: South Florence leads Darlington 43-6.
I was ignorant when it comes to financial literacy. Thank God for the protection plan. I now have the roadmap to my financial future. It's not too late for you. No matter where you are in life, better credit, saving for a goal, or protecting your family's future, the protection plan is here for you. Boost your credit, secure your legacy with wills and trusts, and stay on track with budgeting and debt payoff tools, all in one powerful platform. Start building healthy wealth habits and take control today. Call your certified wealth educators at 1-877-775-YOU-PROTECT. That's 1-877-775-87768.
If that crack in your windshield is driving you crazy, but you don't have time to get it fixed, call Galloway Auto Glass, a mobile service company that comes to you. Owner and operator Will Floyd has over 20 years experience in auto glass repair and replacement, but the real boss is Judge, the Labrador Retriever who rides along and ensures customer satisfaction. Galloway Auto Glass always treats your vehicle like their own and will even help you file your insurance claim. Call Galloway Auto Glass at 843-332-7575 or 664-9918, serving Florence, Darlington, Hartsville, and surrounding areas.
Metal roof and wall siding is available locally at Adams Metal Building Supply, a 40-year-old company offering metal building supplies for your home, farm, and recreation projects. From residential to commercial, they have metal panels in a variety of colors and profiles, plus metal trims for a clean, finished look. They carry vinyl bag insulation in several inch sizes and have red iron galvanized C's, channels, Z's, and angles. Adams Metal Building Supply. Call Heather today at 843-669-6399.
It's football season, which means it's time to head to Rivals, a store divided, your go-to place for all things Clemson or Carolina. Get all your fall fashions at Rivals. It's wall-to-wall with the latest Clemson or Carolina gear, including dresses, shirts, shorts, shoes, and hats. And while you're there, gear up for your tailgating parties too. including tents, tables, chairs, coolers, and grillers. Plus, check out their fan cave section. It's full of metal and wooden signs at Rivals, a store divided.
From the Florence Toyota Studios, this is WOLH Florence, 96.3 ESPN Radio, the worldwide leader in sports.
This is the college football preview from the Sports Talk Media Network. Phil Kornbluth along with Chris Bergen. All right, Bergie, South Carolina gets the weekend off. They can enjoy that victory over Kentucky from last Saturday a little bit longer. Meantime, back to work for Clemson and Coastal Carolina. They're coming off their open dates. Clemson, a 2-game losing streak in the ACC. The Tigers play at North Carolina. They're 1-3. You got to go back to 2004 to find the last time the Tigers started 1-4. So they'll be trying to avoid that Saturday in Chapel Hill.
That's crazy. Some of the statistics that Clemson, I guess the bad ones that Clemson has a chance to eclipse here the next couple of weeks. I don't think they will. I think they will come out and play well on Saturday against North Carolina. And I think Dabo Swinney handled this week perfectly. Back on Tuesday during his weekly press conference, came out and took all the blame. He said, all right, look, social media has been on my team. Here's a way I can fix that problem. I will take responsibility for it. It's been a coaching failure is what he said thus far, and I'm sure the players will respond. Interesting about this game, Phil, I didn't realize this, and props to Clemson Sports Info. Contest will represent only the second time in college football history a coach with multiple FBS national championships, Dabo Swinney, will face one with multiple Super Bowl titles as head coach, and Bill Belichick, of course. The other qualifying matchup, 1993, Bill Walsh and Stanford took on Joe Paterno and Penn State in the Blockbuster Bowl. How about that?
Yeah, that is something. And the Tigers are 1-0 against Super Bowl winning coaches. They beat Barry Switzer back in the day when Danny Ford was coaching at Clemson, so they have some experience there. It's going to be odd watching Belichick in person on a college sideline, and they're 2-2. This will be their ACC opener, so at least for now there'll still be some excitement around North Carolina football until the basketball team has a scrimmage. Now, Coastal Carolina, week off to enjoy that win over South Alabama, back to work at Old Dominion. Big task ahead.
Absolutely. ODU is playing extremely well, coming off a win over Liberty this past weekend. As a matter of fact, they beat Virginia Tech and Blacksburg. It was probably the reason Brent Pry lost his job. So, I mean, ODU has led him. Remember this name, Colton Joseph. We saw him last year in a shootout in Conway between these two teams, sort of his coming out party. He is second in the Sun Belt in rushing yards per game, Phil. He's the quarterback. Second in rushing yards at 92 yards per game. First in the Sun Belt in total offense. As a team, they are first in total offense, fourth in total defense, second in scoring offense. They've been tremendous on both sides of the football. It will be a big challenge for Tad Hudson at quarterback and the Coastal offense to try and continue the momentum they built, I think, a couple of weeks ago down in Mobile.
All right, let's give a shout-out to the two remaining undefeated teams in the state. The Presbyterian College Blue Hose. They are 5-0. They're ranked 23rd in the FCS ranking. They beat Morehead State bad last weekend. They're off this week, so they can relax a little bit. And the Benedict College Tigers, they are 4-0. They went down to Atlanta, beat Clark Atlanta last week, and they're going to be hosting their, across-the-street rival, Allen University, on Saturday. And so Benedict, a turnaround year for them and looking very good.
I think Allen and Benedict go and stay in hotels off campus before that game like all the big schools do. You can't stay, next door to one another. You would think these two teams would pass one another in the night. I think it's great they still play and get a chance to face, as you pointed out there, cross-the-street rivals. That ought to be a lot of emotion in that game, and props to Benedict for turning things around. And PC, too. Second best start in school history, and for a program that does not offer scholarships, playing at the Division I level, and had never won more than 6 games as a Division I program. They've got a chance to do some special things this year in Clinton.
All right, let's take a look at the rest of the state. Furman coming off back-to-back road wins. Campbell and Sanford back at home Saturday to take on East Tennessee State. Wofford still looking for that first win of the season. Terriers will be home to take on Western Carolina. South Carolina State stung last weekend with the loss at Charleston Southern. They've lost 2 in a row. They're home to Savannah State. Meantime, the Bucks of Charleston Southern go on the road to play at Gardner-Webb. Newberry, coming off a big win at Lenoir-Rhyne, will be at home to take on Wingate. Erskine, seeking that first win of the season, will be home to UNC Pembroke. North Greenville, losers of 2 straight, will play at Shawan. And Anderson, which has lost 2 in a row, will be home to take on Virginia Wise. That'll do it for the college football preview. For Chris Bergen, this is Phil Kornblut on the Sports Talk Media Network.
For decades, Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home in Florence has been there for our community to help them heal after a loss with dignified and memorable funeral services. When you choose Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home, you're choosing a legacy of trust when it comes to caring for both those who have gone and the family and friends they left behind. Everyone grieves differently, but Stoudenmeyer Dowling Funeral Home is committed to helping you through it. They're always available to you by phone, email, Facebook, and their website at stoudenmeyerdowling.com.
Metal roof and wall siding is available locally at Adams Metal Building Supply, a 40-year-old company offering metal building supplies for your home, farm, and recreation projects. Adams Metal Building Supply can order walk-through metal door kits and overhead doors, as well as bolt-up metal buildings in 4 different sizes for the DIY homeowner. Adams Metal Building Supply, where quality meets durability. Call Heather today at 843-669-6399 or toll free at 1-888-766-0043.
I was ignorant when it comes to financial literacy. Thank God for the protection plan. I now have the roadmap to my financial future. It's not too late for you. No matter where you are in life, better credit, saving for a goal, or protecting your family's future, the protection plan is here for you. Boost your credit, secure your legacy with wills and trusts, and stay on track with budgeting and debt payoff tools. All in one powerful platform. Start building healthy wealth habits and take control today. Call your certified wealth educators at 1-877-775-YOU-PROTECT. That's 1-877-775-87768.
Coming up after the game, it's the South Carolina High School Scoreboard Show on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the high school football game of the week here on 96.3 ESPN Radio. Here in 4A Region 5 play, we are here at Darlington High School. The score at halftime, South Florence, the visiting defending state champs, 43, and the home team, Falcons, a measly 6 points on the board. As early on, Chuck, it looked like we were going to have quite a good football game here. Both teams, I will say, it didn't start well for the Falcons. They fumbled the opening kickoff, and the Bruins, who had great opening field position, then they scored. And then once again, a bad play by the Falcons. Another good drive stalled, and another touchdown for the Bruins. But then the Falcons offense started to move the football a little more consistently. They were controlling the ball. They weren't turning the football over. And then that last about 5 minutes, the 7 to 5 minutes of that first half was absolutely nightmarish for Coach Johnson and Jalen Augustus.
That first quarter went pretty well for them. I know they did have some penalties. Some plays that didn't go well for them, of course, like you talked about.
But they were battling through it.
Yeah, they were also moving the ball on South Florence's defense. I know you were talking about that one drive, and they got stopped on the 4th down, and then the next drive they scored a touchdown. So they were moving the ball like you were referring to. And that second quarter hit, and the whole game changed. It was already in that fashion, but it changed dramatically and very, very quick. And then that last turnover with less than a little bit more than 2 minutes, and South Florence goes down and scores again. Just got to be disheartening to the team, if you're Darlington.
Yep. Jalen Augustus, 3 interceptions in that first half, 1 to Warnell Prue, the second to Amari Reeves, his 3rd of the year. That one went for 6. And then the third one down the sideline, he got in traffic to Will Wilson, and he picked that one off for his 1st of the year. So definitely a rough first half for Jalen Augustus. This game is pretty much out of reach at this point, but after just such a tumultuous ending between him and Coach Johnson there, you're just very interested to see how they come out in the second half of football and what kind of effort they put up there, what kind of play calling they're going to let this quarterback use the rest of the way. Because just 3 straight turnovers on almost 3 straight passes is that's not going to do it against the Bruins.
Nah, and it's rough. You feel bad for any quarterback that's going through anything like that. But one thing even Jamie Johnson knows and has to realize, yes, he's going to be yelling at his quarterback a little bit to not do mistakes that we would call boneheaded mistakes.
Unnecessary.
We don't want to see that kind of stuff, but at the same time, he's also 10 other players are on the field with him.
Yep.
And he's not the only one, of course, that's probably getting yelled at in the locker room, but publicly he was. So, I mean, it is what the coach is supposed to do. If you're the leader of the team, if you're the quarterback, you get the credit for winning the game, you get the credit for losing or discredit for losing 100%. The game.
I mean, we talked about it before the game, how vital he is for this whole program, how great he's been for multiple years at this point, and he's such a talented player. It seems like the Bruins really have his number. Let's flip to the other side of the coin here. The Bruins offense, led by Messiah Jackson, 5 first-half touchdowns for him. I would be surprised if we saw number 7 a whole lot here in this second half, but just once again, a workman's approach to this offense by him, running and throwing the football, protecting the football. It's just what we've come to expect from Messiah Jackson.
And I mean, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Davis, the backup for South Florence, to start the second half. We've seen him before. They were up by, I think it was 28 the last time we watched them or called their game, and he was in there in the second quarter.
You're right.
So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him in the game.
Derek Davis has thrown against the Fort Dorchester game, had quite the passing performance. I believe he had 3 touchdown passes in that game. A lot of passing in general in this game so far. Obviously, we talked about both these teams are such run-oriented teams, but both these defenses have really been playing the run fairly well. And, you know, the Bruins, they're late, wanted to throw the football, try to get a lot of points, threw that one to Jayon Perkins there right before the end of the half. So we've seen both these quarterbacks throw the ball a lot. It's been fun to watch, but the Bruins, just such a complete performance. Special teams, defense, offense. Like you said, it seems like it's almost one guy in Augustus and Orion Small, those 2 guys versus all 22 of the Bruins.
Yeah, and just that South Florence is just their whole team, like you said, they're balancing every aspect, defense, offense, special teams. They are the monster of 5-4A.
Yes,
and right now, I know we're starting Halloween month. Right now, Darlington's feeling this monster.
Last year, 60-6 was the score back in the Bruins' den. Now, similar situation in the Falcons' nest. But the Falcons don't want to be able to at least make this look a little bit better on paper. They have, I'm sure, a lot of other players that they would like to see touch the football, get involved in this game. A little onside kick to start here, but the Bruins were all ready to go here as the second half is underway, as that was Ben Tyner who had the heads-up play there to recover that little squib onside kick, and the Bruins will have great starting field position to start this second half.
Yeah, we've seen Tyner in the past also. He always has had pretty good hands. Don't see him. He doesn't get a lot of throws to him, but he doesn't drive the ball much, and just then he secured that onside kick for South Florence, and now they get to take over the ball at the 45-yard line of South Florence, which is not ideal for Darlington to start the second half.
Starters still in the game for the Bruins. Messiah Jackson, Cameron James in the backfield to start this drive. Handoff up the middle. Cameron James knifing through the defense. There goes Cameron James right up the middle of the field. He's gone. Number 22 to the house. 55-yard touchdown for Cameron James.
And nobody touched him at all, James. He went through. I just don't know how no one touched him at all. He split through there, and we saw how fast he is. Man, it is really, really. You need to come to a game of South Florence to see the speed of some of these guys,
100%.
especially Cameron James. He is like a lightning bolt, and that's why he's called Lightning, and then McLaughlin's called Thunder.
Yep. But man, oh man, Cameron James knifing through the middle of that defense, and like you said, Chuck, didn't get a hand on him. 49-6, the current score. And now Coy Joyner on the field for the point after try. Snaps down, kick is on the way. Good. The score now, Falcons 6 and the Bruins 50 burger.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty much out of hand now, but I want to give credit to the young man who didn't stop on that play no matter what for Darlington. Number 10, Malik Duncan. I don't know if you saw him. He followed him on the way. He ran the whole time because you never know when that player may drop that ball before the touchdown.
Or he slows down and you might be able to catch him from behind or something like that.
You never know.
That's something that, once again, you'll see we have the the cameras above us on the press box here, and they're going to have that all 22 footage. They're going to see that young man hustling down there, and plays like that mean all the world to Coach Johnson. But a lot of looking around on that Darlington sideline for someone who will step up and try to just have some fight left in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, we want to see a little bit of action from Darlington to make this game a little bit more exciting. I know selfishly for us, but we would like to see that. I mean, we're here to represent Florence and 96.3 ESPN, and it covers this Darlington area, and so we would like to see both teams doing well.
Coy Joyner out for the kickoff here as he puts his foot into it. A end-over-end kick that'll bounce into the end zone for another touchback. Clock running here now. 10 minutes to go here in this third quarter of action, as we'll see this Falcons offense trot back onto the field here for their first drive of the second half. And like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see their approach the rest of this game. I mean, nothing to lose. You want to open the playbook up here and get some of these guys involved. But
I mean, yeah, at this point right here, you may even want to pull your quarterback out just to make sure he's healthy for the rest of the season. Let me see if nope, he's still in there.
Augustus. And once again as well, the Bruins have all of their starters in on defense. So both of these coaches not pulling any punches here.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not getting some other players a little bit of experience, especially if you're South Florence.
Augustus starts in the gun at the 20-yard line. Ross is the tailback. No, he'll fake it to him now. End around sweep. This is James Spann going around the left side there, but the Bruins pursue it very, very well. And he'll probably lose about 3 to 4 yards here.
Yeah, Miles Johnson was the one who put the pressure on him. He wasn't actually able to make the tackle, but he did push him back far enough. When he did get by him, the next player was there, a wave of players, and he didn't gain any yards. He lost 4 yards.
As you can tell now, we're starting to see a few of the substitutions on the field for the Falcons now, as number 40, Jacoby Martin, the sophomore, checks into the game at tailback now.
Yeah, it's good to see a young man getting his opportunity.
The sophomore, I'm sure, seeing some of his first varsity action. A quick counter play to him here as he makes the first man miss in the hole, but the rest of the Bruins there to meet him. Kennedy, Reeves, Prue, name them all. And now a flag will fly late. Maybe a little bit of chatter or a little extra push or shove there. We'll see what the flag is.
I do believe that's going to – it looks like it could be on South Florence, to be honest. They're the ones who did I like using the term. Be honest with you, they tackled in population, and they were running their mouth a little bit afterwards.
Yep, and that is going to be I think that's going to be a 10-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there on the Bruins. So that'll get them all the way close to the 30-yard line, a yard shy of the first down yardage here.
I've always kind of believed in a little bit of sportsmanship as well when you're playing somebody, especially when you're dominating a game like this. You don't need to try to rub salt into somebody's wound.
Absolutely. It'll be third down and one on the down sign there. Augustus in the backfield still. It is Martin in the game at the tailback, and goodness gracious, the Bruins meet him in the backfield. Pretty much took the handoff from Jalen Augustus and just thump him in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 or 5 there.
That was Will Wilson, who, like you already said earlier, had an interception. Now he's got himself a tackle for loss. I thought he's going the running back got a little lucky right there because he had a full head of steam, and he did not hit him as hard as he could.
No.
But like you said, he was right there at the time of the handoff as well. Maybe he changed his mind, tried to grab the ball, but he could have smoked that running back.
So after the opportunity there on 3rd and 1, it is now 4th down and 4 with 6 minutes, 30 seconds and counting here in this third quarter of action. The Falcons will have to punt. Number 16, Simon Whaley, back to punt this. He had one blocked earlier. A lot of guys up for the Bruins. They might be coming after this one again. Low snap, but he got it away. This time a high kick, short though, as it'll roll to the left side and bounce out of bounds right at midfield.
I wasn't really paying attention, James. Number 16 is Whaley, like you said. That is actually the starting quarterback for their junior varsity team as well. I'm happy to know their family. But yeah, I mean, we went to church together. But I didn't know he punted, so that's pretty cool to see. But he is the starting quarterback.
Great
so I don't know
little-
if he's coming in next year as a junior to be the starter or not. But at least he could be a backup quarterback to
So we
them.
may have some inclination of that later on in the football game if Jalen Augustus ever gets pulled out of this one. As once again, we still got guys on the sideline doing push-ups for the Falcons. 1st and 10 for Messiah Jackson and the Bruins as he'll give it off to McLaughlin. Running left side, got a lot of running room. There goes Gabe McLaughlin rumbling down to the 25-yard line. A late flag flies, maybe on the block downfield there. We'll have to check the flag, but another good run by the Bruins.
The referee indicated it was a hold. I just don't know if it was. I'm assuming it would be against one of the South Florence blockers just now.
I believe that was number 4. That's Malik Robinson down there blocking, so I believe it was probably on him. But if it was a downfield block, we'll see where they end up marking this. It is hold on the Bruins. 4:45 and counting here as this running clock has burned through this third quarter quickly here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're looking like it's going to be a first down regardless, even with the penalty, James. So
Automatic first down, yes, sir.
He got the yardage to get the first down, and then they had the penalty, which didn't take it far enough back to keep it from being a first down because where you had that hold, whoever on South Florence had it,
You're
was
right.
too far down.
Absolutely. It was over 20 yards downfield. So 1st down and 10 for the Bruins at the 40-yard line. Jackson in the gun. Quick whistle here. We'll check that. Substitution quickly for the Falcons. We'll see what else the stoppage is for here.
What is going on here?
Got the band running around as well here.
I guess they're making them do push-ups too. Jamie Johnson got some control over here, don't he?
1st and 10. As I think we're back in action now. I'm not sure what that dead ball stoppage was for there. Clock still running, 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go now. 1st down. Jackson will look to throw deep down the middle of the field and overshot his man. That was Malik Robinson on a post, but good coverage there by Orion Small and the rest of the Falcons.
Yeah, and I'm sure Messiah wishes he had that throw back because Robinson was open for that catch. And you want to get that third receiver involved. They've already got Parker and Perkins in there. You never know when those other DBs on another team can shut those players down. That third receiver could be very helpful. And I don't know that they have a great tight end.
Tyner still in the game as well, but this time it's Gabe McLaughlin up the middle of the field, breaking off of tacklers and diving back towards the middle of the field. That's another 1st down, a diligent run there by Gabe McLaughlin.
I mean, one is Cameron James, who just scores like lightning, fast as lightning. The other one is McLaughlin.
It's such a change of pace, too,
It is.
man.
He does 10 yards at a time. I mean, on a normal basis. I've seen him do it so many times now. He doesn't ever hardly break a 40-yard run. I'm not saying he won't do it, but I wonder his average for carry just on that thing. I bet it's 10 yards or right at it.
I know all their max. I looked on Max Preps. All of these running backs for them have above a 5-yard per carry average. Jackson play fakes to McLaughlin, rolls right. He'll just chuck it out of bounds. Incomplete there. No one open for Messiah Jackson. They're really letting him throw the rock around here at this point. We're definitely into double-digit throwing attempts for Messiah Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, it's at this time, unfortunately for Darlington, this has become practice to South Florence.
Right.
I mean, this is a good time to check into certain plays, try certain trick plays, get new players in, try to get more players involved in the offense. You know, throw that ball around to other people like he's doing.
Bruce Thompson and DJ James in the game. 2 tight ends set. Gabe McLaughlin the back. Parker and Robinson to Jackson's right-hand side. 2nd down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Bad snap. Jackson couldn't have handled it. He'll pick it up, running backwards. Got the corner, but he'll just step right out of bounds. Flag flies late, too, but Jackson stepped about 2 yards shy of the line of scrimmage there. We'll check the flag as well.
And once again, I hate to bring it up, but that is a mistake that he's made twice now that I've seen by Messiah Jackson. When you have the opportunity and you're way outside the pocket like that, all you have to do is throw it out of bounds above those sticks, and you don't lose any yardage at all. And he's had 2 opportunities to do it, and that's just, I know Coach Marlowe is probably going to address this. If I was Coach Marlowe, I would.
They've got it right at the line of scrimmage, so. And then a penalty on the Bruins there. I believe it was some type of illegal shift or something right at the snap of the football. No, they called it a holding. Excuse me, as a holding penalty. So it's second down and about 22 yards to go. Jackson will hand it off up the middle. Gabe McLaughlin, big running room going left side. Gabe McLaughlin breaking free across the 20. Inside the 15 goes Gabe McLaughlin, showing the burst of speed that time for a first down.
And that's one of the longest runs all season I've seen from him. I'm not saying he hadn't had more in other games, but that was about a 23-yard gain. Big game for them. South Florence is just dominating this game, James.
In the red zone now, play fake. Jackson looking to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Malik Robinson.
And that's what I was talking about. You got to get that third receiver involved. You could tell he's already tried 2 passes to him to get Robinson in, and he got him a touchdown just then.
That's 4 on the ground and 2 through the air for Messiah Jackson. It is now 56-6 as we have reached the end of this third quarter of action. That play ran that clock out. Coy Joyner on for the extra point here. Snaps down, kick is on the way. Coy Joyner, true as usual. The score now 57-6. The Bruins in complete control, and Messiah Jackson just putting on a clinic. That is the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter action right around the corner. Bruins up big on the Florence High School Football Game of the Week.
I was ignorant when it comes to financial literacy. Thank God for the protection plan. I now have the roadmap to my financial future. It's not too late for you. No matter where you are in life, better credit, saving for a goal, or protecting your family's future, the protection plan is here for you. Boost your credit, secure your legacy with wills and trusts, and stay on track with budgeting and debt payoff tools. All in one powerful platform. Start building healthy wealth habits and take control today. Call your certified wealth educators at 1-877-775-YOU-PROTECT. That's 1-877-775-87768.
Coming up after the game, it's the South Carolina High School Scoreboard Show on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the Game of the Week as we start this fourth quarter of action. Coy Joyner kicking to the right side and out the back of the end zone, and that'll be at the 20 for the Falcons as they start this fourth quarter down by 51 points. Here in a running clock situation here in the Bruins' second region game of the season. And, Chuck, it has gone a lot like last year for the Bruins so far. Some early tests, and then when region play gets going, look out.
Yeah, and then this game, early test in the first quarter. After the first quarter, I know they were up 15-7 in the first quarter, but after that, they have just totally dominated this game through interceptions. I mean, Darlington was able to move the ball a couple more times in the second quarter, but then it resulted in interceptions.
A lot of backups in the game now as Jalen Augustus is out. Simon Whaley, like you said earlier, Chuck, the punter and the JV quarterback now in as he'll sling it right side. That is complete to number 7 in the flat. A good run there by Cam Braun James, as that'll be a gain of about 6 or 7 yards there.
Yeah, getting him a little experience on the varsity team isn't going to hurt Whaley at all. He could use it. Simon. It's a good throw and a good pass design.
Yep.
So.
Nice little RPO, a fake there. He threw it out quick. Second down and 3 now, as well as a lot of Bruins new faces in the game as well.
Yeah, I imagine it was tough on that sophomore that came in when they had all their starters in there and he didn't get anything done. And now they do have a chance to move the ball with the second string in there.
Bad snap. Whaley was able to corral it and give it to his back, but the Bruins were there and they shove him backwards. Gain of nothing. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he swung straight into him, James. Not a chance at all. There was no push by that offensive line. Just a solid tackle.
3rd down and 2 now for the Falcons. Whaley in the gun. The back is Champ Gee to his right as he claps for it, and he got the Bruins to jump. A good play there by the sophomore to get number 44, Josh Gant, to jump in there. And a 1st down for the Falcons.
Yeah, if you can't do it by passing, which I'm not saying they couldn't, but they haven't been all night, take the 1st downs any way you can get them.
Jaden Thompson now checks into the game for Gant as Coach Marlowe is stern as ever, even with his backups. Whaley will look to throw this time, rolling to his right, flushed out of the pocket, and then sandwiched close to the line of scrimmage. A big hit there. And a flag flies late as well. A big hit delivered by the Bruins. I think that was 36, Dwayne Felder, who laid the boom on Whaley there.
Yeah, Whaley's feeling that one a little bit. You can see him as he was coming back. But I think that penalty is against Darlington because I think Whaley was the one who got a penalty on himself, to be honest with you, James. Look, he stepped up and said something to the ref after he got hit.
He said, "I eat those," is what he said.
Yeah, he said that hurt.
So that'll be another big penalty against the Falcons.
And as I said, I went to church with him. I'll pray for him after that particular hit.
Man. It's getting late early for the Falcons here. 8:30 to go in the football game. 2nd down and about 25 now. Whaley will drop to throw. Got a man deep down the field. Overthrew him and almost gave it right to Gresham Hall, who dropped the interception.
Yeah, that defense almost had his 4th interception. Nice spiral throw. I won't lie about that. It was one of the better looking throws, even from Augustus. His throws don't look quite like that, to be honest with you. But there's a big difference between Whaley and Augustus, and we know that right now.
Right.
One's a sophomore, one's a senior, and one's been in this offense for 3 years.
One region player of the year last year.
Yeah.
Rough day for Augustus, but we want to give the man his flowers. He's a phenomenal player who will have better days than this. So
he's playing South Florence. It's hard.
3rd and 25. Whaley will hard count, gets a little bit better picture of the defense here as they look like they're coming on a blitz. They do. It's a screen, but they block it. Pass was batted down right in front of the quarterback. That was number 20, Donald McLevin, who snuffed it out.
I mean, it's almost like their backups are as good as their starters right now on defense, James. They're going in there. They're not having a problem getting to the quarterback at all. And he's not holding the ball or anything like that. He threw it as fast as he could. The dude was in his face within a second.
Well, it was a good play call, a screen against the blitz there, but when your defensive back's able to get his hands up like that, just a great individual play there.
Yeah, Whaley's not necessarily the tallest quarterback either.
No,
So
definitely not as tall as Augustus for sure. 4th and long now, 6:55 and counting. Whaley now backed up to punt at the 10-yard line. Good snap, and he gets it away. This is a strong punt. Nice kick. Nobody back to the field it for the Bruins as it bounces at the 40 and takes a great Falcons hop. It'll keep rolling all the way to the 22-yard line. One of the best special teams plays of the day for the Falcons right there and for Whaley.
Yeah, and that's very convenient. I know Messiah Jackson actually kicks for South Florence most of the time, but kind of convenient, especially if your quarterback can actually kick.
That was his best one of the night right there, as now we'll see who comes out for the Bruins, as we'll see if Messiah Jackson's day is done, as we are reaching the second.
Yeah, he's out.
Yes, it will be De'Eric Davis,
number
the junior quarterback, number 14.
14, thank you.
He will give it up the middle of the field. Not much there, but he'll bounce off a man, keep driving. Now whistles will blow. It'll be a gain of about 2. Didn't see who that tailback was. We got a lot of new faces in there for the Bruins. That was number 42. There's no name for him on the roster, so I believe that was Hewitt is who I heard the PA announcer say over the intercom there. They ended up a gain of 4 there. Second down and 6 now for Davis in the gun as he'll look to throw. Quick throw, but it's high, incomplete. I think that was Tracy Washington on the outside there. Too tall for him.
Yeah, definitely got a lot of new players, and we're trying to figure them out at the last minute of the game to let people know so we can at least give a little flowers to, like you said, flowers to any player out there. We want to do that for them. But right now, this game has got 5 minutes left, and it's a running clock. We don't have much time left, and South Florence they could hold this ball and end the game.
Isaac Ortiz as well as Asher Jernigan in at wide receiver with Tracy Washington. Low snap, but he'll give it to the back. Handoff up the middle. Gain of 2 and a cloud of dust there. Be 4th down and 4 for this Bruins offense, as that was number 26 there on the carry. Treshawn Blue, the junior, on the carry.
Yeah, it's good to see other kids getting a little time, especially juniors and sophomores, because they're the ones that are going to be around next year, and they're going to need to know this offense and defense whenever they're playing on it.
That second unit of the offensive line in there as well. It'll be 4th down and 4 for Derek Davis here at the 28-yard line. Play fake. He'll throw right side and just out of reach. Good coverage as well. Again, that was Tracy Washington intended on the coverage, but that's going to be incomplete. Previs Brown in coverage there, and the Bruins will turn it over on downs. And a good play by the Falcons defense.
Oh, I didn't know that was the 4th down. Sorry, James. I thought they were about to punt.
That was a turnover on down. So Falcons will have it 3 minutes, 30 seconds and counting here in this final quarter of action.
Yeah, Marlowe's definitely treating it somewhat like a practice to go that far when you're in that far in your own territory and going for it on 4th down when you have that long to go. Just trying to get some reps in for his team.
For sure. Whaley will trot back out there with Champ Gee in the backfield. 1st and 10, they have it at the 29-yard line. Big blitz from the Bruins, and they got him in the backfield, but he'll break free. Whaley trying to run, but goodness me, the Bruins all over him in the backfield. That's a loss of at least 7 yards, 6 or 7 yards there.
I mean, that young man tried his best. He avoided 2 tackles, and then there was a wave, and that was the end of it. You didn't see him anymore because there were so many South Florence people on him.
The Bruins not letting that play fake fool them in the slightest. Huge loss there for Whaley. 2nd down and long. What's up, Chuck?
Yeah, I was going to say, he's definitely trying his best, especially being a backup quarterback, but this
High
is just
snap,
a rough
nice
team.
fake there by Whaley, and he's going to run up the middle of the field for about 15 yards there. A great little play fake there by Simon Whaley on the fake pitch.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, like especially going to the next week trying to drive this ball on South Florence, especially if he could score right here. That would really be good for the mentality of Darlington going into next week. Actually, they have a bye next week, don't they?
Yes, they do have a bye week next week, yes.
Good for that, to go into a bye week so that when you come into your next game, you have a positive thing that happened in the last game, especially against this team.
Inside 2 minutes. Hard count there by Whaley. He'll get the Bruins to jump again. That's the second time he's gotten them to do that, so it'll make it a 3rd down and 1. And, yes, next week the Bruins will take on Lakewood at Lakewood. Lakewood struggling so far this season. They lost 43-0 to Darlington last week, so the Bruins will more than likely probably have that one handled.
I was going to say that's going to be a rough game for Lakewood.
Whaley dropping to throw. He'll sling it in the flat to the back, and he's going to get pushed forward for a 1st down. That was number 25, Champ Gee. First down for the Falcons. Next week for the Falcons, the bye week next week, and then after that they will take on the Hartsville Red Foxes. So no rest for the weary after that bye week. They'll have to put it all back together and play what most people claim is the 2nd best team in the region.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that Darlington-Hartsville game. Of course, we were not calling that game, but I think that's going to be a good game.
At the 14-yard line now, Whaley will look to throw. Again, a blitz by the Bruins, but Whaley will take off and run left side. He'll gain about 3 before being wrapped up at the 10-yard line. 30 seconds now, right at 30 seconds now. We'll see if they want to snap the football one more time.
At least this particular part of the drive for them have been pretty well. They've done pretty well in this particular one for them to go into the momentum like we were talking about. if they score here, it's really going to help
Whaley
out.
will look to throw, looking around, but nobody to go, and he's going to be dropped. He'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that will do it. It's all Bruins here in Week 6 as they improve to 2-0 in the region. The Falcons drop to 1-2 in the region. Overall, the Bruins 5-1 on the season, and now the Falcons 3-4. Chuck, what are your final thoughts on the game, my friend?
My takeaway from this game is that South Florence is the #1 team in Region 5-4A. Somebody's going to have to take them down if they want a chance to even get to the next level. They've dominated this region for 4 years. Doesn't seem like Darlington did too much improvement from last year, unfortunately, to do anything in this game. And I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth. What we just watched was another game just like last year.
Very similar outcome to last year. We'll be back with another game next week. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Have a safe weekend and week next week. You've been listening to the 96.3 ESPN High School Football Game of the Week.
You've been listening to the 96.3 High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you in part by Galloway Auto Glass, Stoudemire Dowling Funeral Home, Adams Metal Building Supply, Rivals, a store divided. This has been a presentation of Community Broadcasters Sports.
It's football season, which means it's time to head to Rivals, a store divided, your go-to place for all things Clemson or Carolina. Get all your fall